Okay. Okay. Welcome, everyone. Table Moments Live. Let me make sure I got the audio here good. Cool. All right. Welcome to Table Moments Live. I'm your host and captain, Ayman. If you guys are new here, this is a podcast about anything and everything, no politics. I know politics is probably going to be brought up on the live because I'm not going to say anything that dates the pod. Uh, I think this is a mistake a lot of people make when they talk on podcasts or make any content. They think, hey, let's talk about daily current event stuff, the news, whatever. But it makes it impossible to listen to a week, 2 weeks, a month after the thing's been recorded, a year. So the content just dies immediately, which is why I try not to do topical things. Now it gets brought up on the TikTok lives every now and then, which they'll join in a bit. But I purposely try to avoid that type of content because I know this is sort of like a trap that a lot of people fall into. It does let you grow quickly. So maybe the ideal combination is when you do both current event stuff because it's on top of people's minds. So you're in the search algorithm. People can see your thing come up because it's relevant to today. And relevancy is like one of the driving forces for results in social media. And then on top of that, doing some like more, they call it evergreen, basically like the kind of like trees or whatever that have their leaves or needles throughout the year, content that can last. And so that's what that was the decision I made when we started recording podcast episodes, which we still do. You can find on any podcast feed, but I also purposely try to make this video content the same way, with timelessness as a factor in the decision and the type of contents I make. So that's, but people are going to bring up politics. Honestly, like whatever, it is what it is. I wish people graduated beyond just I mean, it's so easy to get drawn into all the like drama that's happening these days, but I try not to like let it affect my life. And usually when there's like breaking news, there's a lot you don't know. There's a lot of uncertainty. So they call it the fog of war. You don't know exactly what's going on. So it doesn't make any sense to have a position one way or the other. But that's not going to stop people from being emotional about things. So they'll bring things up and they'll talk about it. And it is what it is. Hey, is that a new username? Did you get banned again? Man, we gotta keep you from I could probably work on some software that can automate the making. Oh no, because I don't recognize this username. Wait, pink. Oh no, yeah, I remember now. Pink taco lover. Got it. What's up, man? You're first, and I just hopped on, so we're about to add the TikTok guys soon. And so, how's it been with you, though? I know it's probably been a minute. I'm good. I'm traveling right now, but be back settled for a bit, and then yeah, just making more content, man. Like just practicing this thing. You know what I've realized as I've done more and more of this, like short form content, long form content, podcasts, and everything. I've accidentally taught myself all these like unique skills that could be useful in context outside of just like making content on social media. So like with the live streaming, just improvisational speaking, I have no problems being able to just go up in front of people and speaking. Or if someone asked me, yo, we need someone to fill an hour slot on stage, whatever, I'd have no hesitation. I could do that in a second because, you've been here before. I could just talk for like 2 hours. I remember when I first started streaming about a year ago, it was a struggle to get 15 minutes. So it's crazy. Like you make a commitment to do something just even once a week, you'll be surprised how much better you'll become. Just make a commitment to yourself. And I was listening to a podcast. Someone was making the distinction between wanting something versus just deciding something. And in this case, and in a lot of cases with myself, I decide I'm going to do something and then I just deal with whatever adversity comes with it. Could you talk about pink tacos? What do you want to know? All tacos are pink, correct? I've never met one that wasn't pink. Like strategy. All right. So what specifically do you want to know? I mean, tacos come in all different shapes and sizes, but they all are pink for sure. You could have preferences, but I don't. I don't know. How do I get them? Numbers, man. The easiest and the simplest the simplest piece of advice I could give you on this is just numbers. You gotta put numbers up. Now, in order to be able to put numbers up, um, and what I mean by numbers is actually meeting people, going out on a ton of dates, man. A lot of first dates, and because if you've never done it before or even gone out on a date before, one of the struggles is like you don't know how to carry yourself or you get a little too thirsty, so it kind of affects, because no pink taco likes a dude who's a little too desperate for some pink tacos, like nobody likes someone who wants it too badly. And so if you don't have the practice under your belt, then you're gonna come off as desperate. And so really, like, it depends on where you're starting is the advice I'd give. I'd vary the advice a little bit, but yeah, I mean, what's a camel toe? It's the outside of a pink taco. It's like the edge of the pink taco. In the wrapping. No, it's a pink taco that's been wrapped. But yeah, you got to put numbers up. Now, easiest way, online dating, but obviously if you're going to do online dating, pictures got to be on point, your body's got to be on point. So I would say if yes, women are superficial. Sucks, but it is what it is, man. Sorry. And so you don't have to be like jacked like a lot of these people on social media. You just got to be relatively fit. And here's the thing, it's not even that hard because a lot of these girls are not fit themselves, man. A lot of them like have very poor cardiovascular endurance. Like you have nothing to worry about as far as competition. Now they can get away with being less fit because either they're young, so they haven't had to maintain anything yet, or two, they are older and maybe they have an exercise routine, but a lot of them don't. And for you as a dude, I'm assuming you guys are dudes. So Planet Fitness membership, I would pay for the black card, $20 a month, and just start lifting weights, man. You don't even need a program. There's no like optimized, what do I do? Just push heavy shit. It's really that simple. And you'll be surprised like how much. No, I'm a lesbian. Okay. Then it's easier for you. Then just open up a dating app, put some pictures, and start dating. And first dates. And I don't know what it's like to date as a lesbian. I'm assuming you're being honest. I would guess you're not, but let's assume you are. Like electric toaster attack helicopter. I'm not sure what you mean by that. She maybe. I'm not sure what you mean. Electric toaster attack helicopter. Is that like a? I'm not sure. Please explain. But yeah, dates. Starbucks is great, by the way. Oh, those are your pronouns. Oh, got it. Okay. Attack helicopter. AH or ET. I'm gonna call you ET. ET is easier. But that's funny. You know what my pronouns are? Is him and his there's so many games you could play, man. So many. But yeah, pink tacos are great. Yeah, I have nothing more to add to that. I think we all agree. Pink tacos are pretty dope. Those are your pronouns. Okay. Yeah. So if there's any, as far as advice, like I could give you all the advice anyone could give you all the advice in the world. There's nothing like actually going out there and getting the reps in and sucking and going through the bullshit. It's just, it is what it is. Sorry. Like that's how you get pink tacos. And then once you get enough pink tacos, you realize, man, maybe pink tacos, maybe you want to be more selective about the restaurants you get the pink tacos at, maybe that's more important. Or maybe you're looking for like more things inside of that taco other than just a fucking shell, How many pink tacos have you had at once? Just one. Why? One at a time. I've never been motivated to get more than one at a time. I have had tacos back to back, and I don't ever plan on doing that again. But it's whatever. I don't have to get into it. Is McDonald's a good date? I think it's a hilarious date. Honestly, like if it's a nice enough McDonald's, why not? Like if you got the balls for it, go ahead. I do Starbucks because it's convenient. I like tea and it's open late. So How do I circumcise myself? I wouldn't. Anti-circumcision, by the way, if you guys didn't know. Andrew Tate said it was a good date. Okay. Yeah. McDonald's is funny. Here's the thing. The date venue is a reflection of your wealth, right? Like if you take her to a nicer spot, she'll assume you have more money, blah, blah, blah. But if everybody already knows how much you have, or she knows how much you have, then taking her to McDonald's doesn't actually like I think it works in your favor because you're like, oh, okay. Now maybe she has some expectations like blah blah blah. But it's like, who cares? Who cares? That's why I think there was like some soccer player who took like girls to like some fast food restaurant and it's like, what? You're worth millions, blah, blah, blah. He's like, bro, I don't care. Just because I have money doesn't mean I got to spend it on you. That's crazy that women who are strangers to a dude expect men to spend a lot of money. I don't look, if you're really efficient and you go to Starbucks because they're open late and it's tea and it's quiet, it's a place they're familiar with. You can also bring your own tea bags and you will pay for 25 cents for a cup of hot water. Girls like circumcision. Who cares what women think, dude? Like, that's the thing. We're really going to mutilate our own genitals because women prefer it. Fuck them. Like, who fucking cares? Here's the thing. I am cut. So, like, but I grew up Muslim. So it's kind of a religious thing. But I can't in good conscience. If I had a son, I couldn't. Like, which is why I've been fucking with Christianity. Not the reason why I've been fucking with Christianity lately, but it's good to know that there isn't this whole like circumcision thing in Christianity, like there is in Islam and Judaism. Should you spread your cheeks in the shower? Yep. Clean your assholes, guys. On a date? What do you mean on a date? Is there more to that? Who cares what women think? Yeah, because it's such a barbaric and crazy idea. And turns out it even changes like, nah, I don't have to get into it. But yeah, no, I'm not a fan of cutting off pieces of ourselves because women prefer it. Haven't we given them enough, guys? Haven't we given them enough? Here's my problem with like all this like female worship shit that happens these days. Here's the thing. I don't think people even realize that's what they're doing. But if you're just the lone honest man telling it and calling it like you see in this world, how there is this inequity in the way people are treated depending on the gender that I guess you identify as, like, then everyone thinks you're like, you got to be hating on it. It's like, no. You guys have real advantages here that you guys are choosing not to acknowledge. And then on top of that, you're asking the one who is losing out in this whole interaction to give up more. Nah. That's injustice. And I think that's the thing that bothers me the most about it. I spread my cheeks for never mind. Spread your ass on a date? What? I have one time my finger slipped in my a-hole and licked it, by the way. Okay. Who cares what women think, says guys with girlfriends? Yeah, I mean, I am engaged, so no, but I said that. Here's the thing, one of the best parts about putting out content and having a podcast is I could point out, like, I've said it before, even when I wasn't in the good situation I have now. Like, I've always been like this. It blew my mind how all my homies and friends growing up were like so thirsty for girls. I never got it. I was just like, bro, you realize the only reason you're thirsty for these girls is because you just want to fuck them. That's the only reason. It's like, listen to what they're saying objectively. And it's just like, a lot of these are some dumb, whatever. I don't have to get into it, but it just blew my mind how stupid guys get around women. And I'm just like, stop it. I didn't even know that was a red pill term or whatever, but I guess I've always been. And so, yeah, I say, who cares what women think? And I keep saying it. And I've always said it. It's not a new thing. And it's not even just what women think. I don't care what men think either. But I think it's important that we mention the women part because, one, it triggers people. And two, I don't care to say things that people have already said. So people already tell you don't listen to haters. I'm just being more specific about it. It didn't taste like peanut butter. You should have ate more peanut butter, bro. Do you think my profile picture is hot? Totally. It's a good looking man right there. You got gray hairs and everything. I'm thirsty for hot old men who have dust webs in their ass. I think my profile picture is really hot. Yeah, it's a good one. It's a very good one. And yo, you know what I learned? I guess Vivek Ramaswamy's been trolled by a lot of people. I guess people, at least in his TikTok videos, people have been leaving the comment like, I edge to you, blah, 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 whatever, right? And his team and him, I guess, have decided to ignore it completely. And I'm just like, yo, that's such a missed marketing opportunity. They could have just taken all their content and marked it all not safe for work, put it behind a paywall or like, OnlyFans or something, and then like turn it into a whole marketing spin thing. And then obviously reporters, I know this because I just finished reading this book here. Trust me, I'm lying. This is Ryan Holiday, Confessions of a Media Manipulator. This is the perfect scenario for like getting reporters just want to, they need to write things, okay? And the more interesting, the more likely they're about to get eyeballs and the more likely they are to publish it, which means he could easily judo flip this into his favor. And by turning his statements as sort of not safe for work, even though they're really not that controversial at all. Most Americans would agree with it. So they could be like a sort of sounding, they could multiply his voice, his message, if he played it well. But people think you're supposed to ignore trolls. Nah, I think that's so the worst decision is to combat it, because you can't, there's a whole like agree and amplify thing. And plus it's not even that interesting because it's not productive at all. Just making it, I don't know. You guys know you're a troll. So I understand. I'm a troll too. That's why I kind of sympathize with you guys. But then the next level above just combating it face to face is ignoring it. And then above that is leaning into it. And I think that's where a lot of content creators make a mistake. And plus, I mean, imagine having a troll army. Like that's the reason why Trump won in 2016. People don't get it. People really don't get it. It's crazy. People didn't learn shit. It's crazy. I think I would like his number. I don't edge. I finish. Oh, okay. Do you finish a lot? Yo, there's all these like terms people don't know, or like certain people don't know, and it's just weird when you talk to people who aren't in this online space. They have no clue what we're talking about. They're completely insulated from all this, like a world of like the virtual world. So it's weird. It's weird to see. But in the meantime, let me add the people on TikTok. Sorry. How do I stop shooting blanks? Don't stop. That's a good thing. What are you talking about? Why would you shooting blanks is a good thing. Like you get to bust with, I don't know. It seems like a good thing to me, but whatever. I mean, I guess if you really are planning on multiplying soon, then yeah, it's a problem. But I mean, what's wrong with shooting blanks? Blanks are great. Blanks could go anywhere and you don't have to worry about it. And it's the best feeling. Like, I don't know why this is not a problem, bro. It's not a problem. Everybody loves to finish, by the way. Everybody does. Everyone likes to finish what they've started. It's a motivation, but how do I have mini trolls running around if I'm shooting blanks? I like shooting it on my dog's face. All right, now you just took it weird. That was a little weird. That's a little weird, man. I think the line I draw on this like trolley stuff is like children and let's say pets. Like I'm not even that much of a, I'm not a dog dude, but like it's just weird, man. Yo, did you guys see that Twitter account of the girl who like, I think you got to know what I'm talking about. The girl who was like talking about her and her dog and talking about how much her dog is so much better than men. If you know what I mean. I can't give details, but like it was the weirdest shit. And it was like popping up on, I guess now X, but at the time, that was some crazy shit. I couldn't tell if she was serious or not, but I'm assuming she was serious because it's funnier that way. Yeah, that woman. And she was proud. Here's the thing: you got to be low. I don't know. Yeah, that woman. That was so weird. And then, but the thing is, she's public and open about it. But you know what's even crazier? Like everyone was she? I don't know. I never saw any pictures of her. I just saw the posts on Twitter, and I think she got banned from the platform maybe, but yo, that's crazy. And then imagine all the dudes who are into that too. And then here's the thing, yo, you guys want a controversial opinion? Okay. You know there are a lot of single women out there, right? And a lot of single women have sort of safety. Safety is a big part of being a woman, right? And one of the remedies for this is having a dog. A lot of single women tend to have dogs, okay? And you've got to think a certain percentage of them out there have messed around with their dog. They have to, statistically speaking. The ones yo, every time I see, does this make sense? Like, I had a conversation once with a woman who had a dog, and she was, I don't know, it was just weird. It was really weird. Like, I was like, I wouldn't, I don't know. I don't want to make assumptions about what people would or wouldn't do, but like, like I bet you a lot of single women out there have done some weird shit with their dogs. If it's a male dog, if it's a female dog, so if it's a woman with a female dog, I think with reasonable certainty assume nothing untoward happened between the two. But if she has a male dog, you got to think about that. You got to think about that. That's crazy, bro. I wouldn't say all of them. I would say single digit percentages. Statistically, there has to. It would be a funny stat to look up, like the number of single women out there, and then the percentage of them that might have dogs. Because I mean, a lot of these women already have sex toys or whatever. So, like, it's they consider no, they can't. No, that doesn't even make sense, bro. Like, here's the thing. My girl has a female dog, and it doesn't really work like that. There's no way. The dog is a sex toy. I don't know. It's weird. It's really weird. But let's see if the YouTube just got banned. This conversation, no way is it still? That's crazy. Yo, here's the thing. I'm glad I'm not on TikTok yet, because all this shit would have been banned right away. But it's interesting how like women can be freaky too. Women are honestly freakier. Well, I can't say if they are freakier because I've never been with a dude, but I know myself, and I'm not. Women are some interesting characters for sure. Super interesting. And they look all innocent from the outside, which is why I think it's all bullshit. We're lied to all the time about the states of each of the genders and the things and proclivities that each have. It's like, no, they can be just as freaky, they can be just as rude, they can be just as mean, they can be just as dishonest. They can all that, probably even better, because the first person a woman lies to is to herself. So did you get banned on? No, I'm good. I'm good on YouTube. That's crazy. I should not. I don't understand. Like I am live streaming to Twitch and YouTube at the same time, but I think our conversation is a little too weird for at least Joshua on YouTube. Typically, interesting people on all these different platforms. It's weird how that works. But let me add the TikTok guys. If there's anything you guys want to talk about, let me know. Hey Tipper, how's it going? How's it going? Let me add the TikTok people. It would be cool if I had a stream key. No, why not? Yo, I do this. You got to share, buddy. You got to share. We're going live in 3, 2, 1. Everyone, welcome to Table Moments Live. The TikTok people are yeah, they kind of are. They kind of are. I'm not gonna lie. I don't like them, YouTube and Twitch, enough. I don't know. Maybe I keep talking about having dedicated days for each platform, but I don't know, man. I'm doing this all by myself, man. I'm not. Here's the thing. I have earned money from doing this whole social media stuff, so maybe this is an opportunity to like reinvest some of it. But like, it's a grind, bro. You can help. How can you help, bro? How can you help? Put your skill set in the chat, and let's see if we can add you to the. Because it'd be dope to actually get some people paid off of this. Outside of me, I don't need the money directly from the media. I like the reach, because then I can talk about the things I'm working on and then make money that way. But that's what I prefer. Hey, Henry, Nathan 535, what's up? How's everyone doing? Welcome to Table Moments Live. I'm your host and Captain Ayman, where we talk about anything and everything. Try to stay away from politics. I don't know much about what's going on in the Middle East right now, so don't even ask me. Like, I know a lot of people want to talk about. Everyone's choosing their sides, by the way. It's crazy to see. It's really hairy balls, and I can't. Dude, I have hairy balls. No, that's not. I need something differentiating, bro. But hey everyone, what's up? You can help. I don't know what's going on with TikTok, but we'll see. George Ross, what's up? What's up, everyone? I was thinking maybe there could be a segment of as part of this live stream where I talk about some of the books I'm reading. Right now, I'm reading this book, Genres, where it's how a story forms, explain the way the world works. And there's like 14 different genres, and it kind of like it's interesting. It's really interesting. And we could talk about the first chapter that I've just read if you guys are interested, but I don't know. So we'll see. Hey, hello. How's everyone doing? Oh, it's a psyop. Hey, man, sorry for not reaching out to you. It's been a busy weekend for me, so I haven't been able to like set some time aside to actually schedule a time with you to get on the pod. But maybe we could figure out some time for next week. How can I lick my balls? I don't know. Can you talk about the book? Mine? No, never read it, but it'd be an interesting read. Not gonna lie. Here's the thing: I can't even say those things because I know it's gonna get it trigger the algorithms. That's a banned book, isn't it? You know, a lot of people talk about banned books, and like I had this conversation with my girl, and we were in the library. And she's like talking about the number banned books. And I'm like, it's all bullshit. The banned book stuff is it's like all the like uproar that came out of Florida or whatever. It's just like the books reach their lifetime. There's whatever. I think it's pretty cool. Okay. I feel like black people think all white people are well off. It's weird how people, it's like it kind of tells me they haven't met enough white people. When people say that, because like, yeah, you can be white and poor too. That is a real thing in this world. Like it blows my mind. How like, yo, and you could be black and rich at the same time too. It's wild. I love your hair. Do you have diabetes? No, I don't. Thoughts on Israel? Of course, people are going to ask me that. I have no thoughts. I don't know what the hell's going on. It just happened too. So I was like, why are people taking positions on this? Obviously, the media is going to be the media. Obviously, there's going to be propaganda on both sides. Obviously, you're going to see dead babies because they always show dead babies or dead women or people. Like, this is, oh my God. And here's the thing, people are going to choose their sides no matter what. Even if you tell them, look, all this is early. We don't know what's going on. We don't know if it was provoked or if it was a first act, blah, 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 whatever. We don't know. Nobody knows. This is the fog of war, but that's not going to stop people from having opinions anyways. That's crazy. That's crazy. Are you sure? Am I sure? Is it wrong that I have 3 girlfriends? I mean, if they know about each other and you're honest about the way you move, then no. I'm about honesty, man. So as long as they're all cool with it, they don't even have to be cool with it. They just have to know. Like if they have a problem with it, you just be like, "There's the door, lady," and keep it pushing. You know, damn TikTok being mean to you, dissing your hair. You guys were just come on, man. If you think white people are doing good, you should visit any trailer park. Yeah, I know you smell my 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I like Black Hulk. I don't know what that means. Black Hulk? Is that what you mean? Trailer Park Boys are good. Chat is wild. Chat is always wild, man. Chat is wilder on Twitch if you want to watch me on there. I'm live streaming there too. If you dive into history, you can see both sides have their valid points. Yeah, see, that's the thing. This shit goes back so many decades. Like anyone can, any side and any position can believe they're right. And so anything could be true, so nothing is true. And then also people have an incentive to lie and about all this stuff and what happened. And then you got to be like a historical researcher from Harvard to figure out what the hell's is true and what isn't. It's just like I think if you don't have I don't know. I don't want to put any. Here's the thing. Personally, I'm not from that area. I don't know anybody from that area. Like, like, well, I mean, my family's East African, so that's pretty close to that area, but not really because we didn't have to deal with any of that conflict. So I think most people just stay out of it, let them sort their issues out. That's my position. Just like, I'm not saying who's right, I'm not saying who's wrong. Let's just talk to whoever wins, you know? Like, and whatever happens, happens. War is brutal. War is brutal. Are there rules for war? You could say that, but like, I mean, the only people who say that are people who are in the weaker position. So, hey, Adrian. Adrian! Good evening, young brother. How are you doing? Eric from Washington, D.C. How's it going, Eric? How are you? And how is D.C., by the way? 200? Oh, thank you. X broke up with me and was yelling my name when he seen me in public 5 months later. Okay. I mean, does he want to... Danny, I'm going to assume you're a woman. Okay. Ain't being mean. I love... Okay. I had... Do you have a BBC? Yeah, maybe you guys should pair up here. I know about war. I'm a combat U.S. Army veteran. War is not good. Yeah, see, I think you have insights into this, into at least the price of war, which I think a lot of people are just sort of insulated from. They don't realize like how bad war can be. You could read a history book, but there's nothing like actually being in it, especially if you actually seen some fights. Like, man, you read about like World War I, and it's just like, yo, it's wild. Obviously, a good movie. There's movies about this, whatever. Their loss, always room for improvement. As a whole, Washington, D.C. is good. Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I feel like a place with so many politicians, you kind of got to like watch your back a little bit, right? I don't know. You're handsome. Sorry for the intrusion. Have a great night. Thank you, that dope actor chick. God is my day one. Want to know something about me? Just ask. Have you been in anything that we've seen? Or have you been in anything in general? Like, and if not, if anyone has any connections in Hollywood or whatever, or is making a short film or something, check her out. That dope actor chick. Follow God. Hello, Tequila. What's up? I have to be quiet on social media. I work for the federal government, IT engineer. Yeah, you got to watch your back. Yo, I got some questions. I got some questions about emails, bro. Like, was it true? Was it true? Hillary Clinton's IT guy went on Reddit asking how to change the metadata on some sent emails. Like, it's hard to believe, but like, goddamn, if that's true, it's just like, yo, that's some like boneheaded shit. Not gonna lie. And I used to have... Yeah, you probably have clearance too. Yes, it's true. Hillary's emails. That's why I thought it was so funny when people are like, "Oh, emails mean nothing." I was just like, you know what? She tried to like obstruct justice with that shit. That's crazy. But most people don't know the details of that. I was working at a government laboratory. I had security clearance and everything, so I was really sensitive to that kind of stuff. I love war. There's lots of big buff men. I don't know if that's true. All right. You love BBC, the British Broadcasting Channel. Got it. I like the girth of them. Yeah. I mean, they have a bunch of series that they have. These are people on Twitch, guys, if you're curious. I believe I have Mindhunter first comes to mind. Ooh, okay. Mindhunter. Nice. Yes, it's true about... I'm going to say it. A lot of bad people in World War II in conflicts, but I like how we have more weapons. Really, it's true. Yeah, it's crazy. The guy went on Reddit asking like how to obstruct justice, basically, and it was weird. I found some documents, or at least some of the threads, and people are like, "Yo, do you realize like what you're asking is hella illegal?" It's just like, yo, what is going on? I get upset at the staffers who leave and write books making a lot of money. I can't do that. Yeah. I mean, like, are they just making stuff up though? Because I can't imagine someone who had access and security clearance can talk a lot about it. I remember when I was leaving the lab, they made me sign all this documentation telling like I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that, whatever. But because you have the position, you can just make up whatever you want, and no one can confirm or deny. So you're kind of protected, and you're not really spilling any secrets. Making money off of it's kind of but I mean there are worse things, I guess. You know Chris Christie? I listened to him on the All In podcast, and he came off a little too fake to me. So, if God knows all of our choices ahead of time, are we able to make our own choices? I guess not, right? Like, there's still a lot more I have to learn about this whole like religion thing stuff, but I've heard like if it's destiny, if it's meant to be, and it's all been planned out, then it's just up to you to move in that direction. And if that's the case, then try not to worry about it so much and just do you do what you know is right. And it'll all work out. Twitch better. You came on. Okay. This guy. Wow. Did you just make that account, or have you always had it? And wait, let's see. It is the same username. Wow. Okay. Thank you for the extra engagement, I guess. Hey, where did you buy that mic you have on your t-shirt? I bought it off of Amazon. But I think they have a newer version of this, but I think DJI makes a similar type of microphone, but it comes with a charging case. I don't know. And all this like different types of styles of clips, which I think might be better if for usability. I've never actually used it, but I've had this for like years, so it's what it is. He's my friend. Martin Shrimp. Skelly's official TikTok. I doubt it. I doubt it. If it was official TikTok, I think he is on TikTok asking people to apply to jobs and shit. It's so weird. I actually like Martin Shkreli. I think a lot of people, there are characters in the internet space, or at least those in the internet space are familiar with, that the average person has complete misconceptions for. Martin Shkreli is one of them. People see him as the pharma bro, but in reality, the guy is probably the type of person you would want as a pharmaceutical CEO. He is knowledgeable on this stuff. He taught himself. He understands markets and especially pharmacology. And he gives it straight to people, which is the one thing I really appreciate. It's the candor and honesty that comes out of his streams. Now, you could feel how you want about some of the things he's claimed having done, but when you look into it a little more, you realize there's more to the story. But people never look, which is why this week's one of the videos I posted this week, canceling is bullying, especially when untruths get revealed as being lies, and people don't retract, people don't remedy the situation. And so it's like then you get people who are national treasures, by the way. Like if Martin Shkreli had the support of the populace, we would have better drugs and they would be cheaper. But you know, it is what it is. People, you can show people where the water is, but you can't make them drink. Your audio is awesome. I like your mic. Oh, thanks. I have no clue. I've never watched my own stream, I guess. Brand new, just to tell TikTok the truth. One thing about is Bob Lazar and talking about a dock on Area 51. Would they need clearance? I don't know. Area 51. I feel like the whole conspiracy stuff with Area 51. Here's the thing. I like a good conspiracy theorist. I like the theorists themselves. Like as far as the theory, I just want to hear them talk about it because I think it's far more interesting than any of the mundane conversations you're going to have with the average person. One of these like normies who just walk around watching sports and like, I don't know, on whatever else they see on social media and just like go to work, come home. It's boring, man. I like conspiracy theorists. Now, generally, I don't agree with them, but I don't care that they have their own ideas about things. And usually these conspiracy theories are harmless, which gets me questioning about like the legitimacy of it, or at least the source. Because I could see a lot of conspiracy theories being fabricated as a way to distract people from more important things. And so that would be my one worry with conspiracy theories. Aside from that, yeah, believe what you want. Did we go to the moon? Sure. Didn't we? Sure. I don't like I could tell you we did, but I mean, if you want to believe we didn't, that's fine too. And I'm not going to be one of those people who need other people to believe what I believe. That's the thing. As I've gotten older, I've realized like people can believe whatever they want and it's okay. Like as long as they're not conflicting in counter to like each other, if they can coexist, then we're all good, you know? Free Palestine. You're gonna here's the thing. You're gonna take a clip of this and then pretend like I'm supportive of one side or the other. I'm not. I don't know the issue. I honestly I think the whole thing, I think it's crazy. A lot of people who are not involved have positions, personal positions on this. And obviously, I know I grew up Muslim. Plenty of the people I know are Muslim. They're going to choose the Palestine side, and obviously, Jewish people will side with Israel and stuff like that. And it's just this like decades and decades old conflict, probably hundreds of years, or at least 100 years, if you really take it back. And it's just like, why are we involved in this bullshit? It's just so stupid to me, honestly. I feel like there are a lot of things hidden in the base, not aliens, at least something but planes. Hamas unaliving 100 Israeli soldiers really smells like a false flag out. That's another thing you got to worry about, false flags on either side, because that shit happens because people are easily persuaded. And so like sometimes you just need the content. I remember when, was it the chemical attack, I think in Syria or something like that, where there's all these like images coming out of this chemical attack or whatever. And, it's like, obviously they show pictures of like babies who look like they're dead. And then you have people pouring like water in people's eyes, whatever, like aid workers pouring water in their eyes to get the chemicals out, whatever. But here's the thing. I knew at the time, and I have dealt with personal protective equipment, PPE, like aid workers would have that stuff. They would be covered head to toe if it was a chemical attack. Instead, they're like handling these victims with their bare hands or whatever. I'm like, all right, this is all just for fucking show. And people can't put two and two unless you've actually been in a situation where you actually had to like protect your biology from a contaminant. Like you wouldn't know. And so, all these images come out and it's just like, all right, so what's going on here? What are they trying to get the US involved in? And you start looking into it and you're like, oh, okay, maybe these images aren't real. So you got to be careful. Be careful, guys. Try not to get got. Or like the whole weapons of mass destruction thing, all that lies often get us involved in things we shouldn't have been involved in since the beginning of biblical times. Dan, here's the thing. Ukraine, for example, has been having issues as well since the Russian Empire. Yeah. War is just a mess. Two people can't agree on one thing and play soldier. Yeah. It's crazy. And the people who pay the most for these decisions and these beliefs are young men. Young men pay the price for all these. Here's the thing. I've been listening to a lot of Nassim Taleb old podcasts. Surprisingly, they age well. And, and one of his things is talking about skin in the game. So people who have things to lose, you can trust their judgment because they have things to lose. Now, people who have nothing to lose, like a politician making all this like warmonger talk, is not going to be the person in the front lines whose life isn't at stake. So they can make all these dramatic and bold statements about what we should do without actually having to pay the price. And so like you can immediately dismiss someone's position on something when you realize they have no skin in the game. And it's probably going to be the next book I read. Can we see the new room tour? It's not a new room. Well, I mean, it's not. Yeah, there's not much here, bro. Like, well, there is, but let's see. Cool. Is that better? It's kind of messy over there. Some organization happening right now, but there's not much to it. I want you, Unc. I'm not sure what you mean, and I don't know if you can call me an Unc. I'm 33, bro. Like, what the fuck? I'm an Unc. Is it because I got gray hairs now? I think I got one somewhere here. Definitely got one here, and now I got one on the other side. Wishing to join the United States Army myself, but here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm all about serving your country and everything. I used to be heavy into that. Like out of high school, yo, if it made sense for me, honestly, I had the privilege of being able to like go directly to college. So, but serving my country was a thing that I considered doing. Um, and then I learned more about our country and the world, but on the other side of the apartment, that's where she is. Dad. Okay. Dad. Okay. Come on, man. Look, I'm cool with all the troll comments. The one thing I just don't deal with is spam, because it makes it harder to keep up with the comments. You can keep saying dad, but just not spammy. I got daddy issues, but come on. Okay. Oh man, I don't know. I have a few topics. No worries. No worries. Sorry, Dad. Yo, here's the thing. Yo, someone talked about like there's this branch of content creators coming out called the dads of the internet, and I possibly might be becoming one of them. It's crazy. I'm only 33, man. I do have some wisdom to give, I think. At least the not wisdom, at least things I've learned that maybe you guys don't have to go through some of the mistakes I've made. Nothing major, okay? I'm not a heathen or a criminal, but just certain things, mistakes regarding people, especially I've made that if you're anything like me, might you might have a hard time understanding people. And I've had that issue. And through this process of like growing an audience, interacting with people in live and all that, and just meeting people and trying a bunch of things, I've learned a lot. And if you guys can learn from some of the mistakes I've made, that's good for you. And then also, if you guys have any questions, I'll try to direct you in the right direction if I have any advice to give or information to give you. So, and I think here's the thing. I think what we're attracting here in this whole table moments thing, if you're new, this started off as a podcast page. You guys can't hear me? Oh shit. What happened? Let me see. Did the battery die? Yeah, I think the battery died. 1 second. Okay, can you guys hear me now? Cool. Sorry that. Yeah, battery died for that one. I'm back. Okay. Children, I'm back. Yes. Here's the thing. If you're watching on like YouTube or Twitch, you wouldn't have any problems with microphones. Just saying. But yeah, I'm back. OV motorcyclist and meme enthusiast. Nice. What do you ride, bro? OV. What do you ride? I have a ZX6R. Let's just make dad an inside joke now. Yeah, let's do it. Yeah. What do you ride, bro? Yo. Yeah, yo. Yeah. It's back in Cali though. I haven't ridden in like over 7 months or something. I moved to Texas, left it with my parents, at least in the meantime. I want to turn it into a stunting bike. Here's the thing, like I realize I'm getting older. Eventually I'm gonna have kids, whatever. I can't justify riding my bike on the road, but at least I can get into stunting or something. So at least I can still ride without actually endangering my life in any way. So I think that's the happy compromise I can make on that stuff. But you know, because you ride, you could probably beat most people off the line. For those of you who don't know, motorcycles are pretty fast. Dad, what did mommy make for dinner? Nothing. I did make a sweet potato pie though, which actually surprisingly turned out well. I'm really surprised. I kind of killed it, like on a first try too, which is almost never the case. But I bake. If you guys didn't know, I bake. I think it might be the chemistry of it. I hate cooking, but I like baking. Dan, I have a Kawasaki Z900. Nice. Okay. Yeah. Did I get banned on TikTok? Possibly, man. Like TikTok is really, really sensitive. The algorithms are, if you put a lot of stuff, especially like as you do on the kind of commenting that you put on Twitch, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if your account got kicked. Yeah, so I ended up buying my motorcycle off of Copart. It was a salvage motorcycle, theft vehicle. Someone tried to steal it and got totaled technically. And so I bought it and rebuilt it. So yeah. Haven't used it in this heat though. I'm in Texas. Yeah, I recently moved to Texas. I'm in Austin. And yeah, it's too hot. And plus, I don't trust the drivers in Texas. They're a little too lax with the rules for me to be comfortable riding my bike around there. So it's just been in storage. These few days have been hot and lazy. Damn, that sucks. I'm in Missouri right now, so I don't know what it's like in Texas, but man, Dad, can you wipe? No, I cannot. Come on, dude. Here's the thing, Pink Taco. I like the trolling. I actually really appreciate it. Yeah, I don't know if I have to say anything more than that, but better than New York drivers. You mean New York City? Because I used to live in upstate New York, and I rode my before it was a CBR 300R. I did the responsible thing when I bought a motorcycle. I bought a beginner bike, which I think people don't even consider doing, but because it's like, oh, I'm just gonna upgrade. I'm gonna get used to the 300. It's gonna like because there's nothing like the thrill of your first rev on a bike, nothing like it. And you're always chasing that, so you constantly go bigger and bigger. And so people are like, oh, I don't want to spend the money on a beginner bike and then have to upgrade, and it cost me more money, blah blah blah. Which I think would be interesting. Like you start a motorcycle school, buying all these like CBR 300Rs, all these 300 class motorcycles that you then can rent to the students for like the next 3 months after they've learned how to ride on that bike. And so just to learn the fundamentals and all the mistakes. I remember the mistakes I made when I was riding that bike. And if it was a more powerful bike, I would have eaten a lot of shit, would have eaten dirt for sure. And so I think it's worth doing that, getting that beginner bike, even if it costs you more, because you don't want to stake your life on making a mistake on a bike you can't handle. The housing prices are convincing there, but that weather is a no. Yeah, that weather is a no. I did not realize how bad it was, Alana. Alina, how do I say your name? Alina. I'm gonna say Alina. Correct me if I'm wrong. Mother, wife, senior automotive engineer, photography studio owner, Michigan. Nice. If you guys need photography, check her out. And also automotive engineer, so fellow engineer. Nice. Roll Tide, Toad. I'm not sure what that means. I bought a new cozy coupe. It's a twin turbo with 1200 horsepower. I doubt it. Roll Tide. I'm not sure why you keep saying Roll Tide. It's a high for real, Dad. The rev. Yeah, there's nothing like it. Especially, if you ride your motorcycle at night, because I was living in Northern California. It can get kind of warm in the summer. And so I like riding too. So I just ride at night when it's much cooler. And whenever you stop at a stoplight or whatever, and a car guy pulls up next to you, they always want to race. They always want to race. They're like, you want to go? It's like, all right, let's do it. And then you just go to the next light, see who makes it. 9 times out of 10, I'll beat them. Like with yeah, it is what it is. Salute from Dixon, Myers, Texas. Okay. I'm from Frisco. The cops are always so chill when you're pulled over too, man. See, I never got pulled over. I was always responsible. I didn't. Here's the thing. Yeah, when you're on a bike, you want to push the speed limit. The fastest I ever went was like 100. I'm like, I don't see the point in going any faster than that. It's just the risk isn't worth it. And I'm not going anywhere to get there faster. So the acceleration is the best feeling though. It's the acceleration from like 0 to like 60 in like a few seconds. That's the fun part. So like I like the twists and turns. I like finding roads that let me carve. Like the speed itself, like just hitting a number. I think people are a lot of most motorcyclists are a little too shallow when it comes to this kind of stuff. So that's why they always go like bigger engine, 600 leader bike, blah blah blah. It's just like, no, it's about the ride, man. It's always about the ride. My cozy coupe is matte black. Okay. What's for dinner, Dad? I had a couple of protein shakes, so I think I'm good for the rest of the night. Nothing for dinner. Maybe I'll have some of the sweet potato pie that I baked. But yeah, I don't know. I haven't really planned anything. I made a commitment to myself about a year ago that I would go on live every Sunday, and even days when I don't feel like doing it, I'll still show up, even if the setup's not nice, even if I have to like manage comments from multiple platforms, I still do it. So, and that's a good lesson on life. Just make a commitment to yourself and stick with it, even if things aren't ideal or you don't feel like doing it sometimes. Just do it, and you'll be surprised the progress you'll be able to make. So I've been on live for 55 minutes, longer on YouTube and Twitch, and I could probably go for another half hour, another hour, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how I feel. And obviously, one of the most important things when you're live streaming, water. Stay hydrated. 57 minutes. I don't know. StreamYard says 55 minutes here, so that's what I'm going off of. I don't know how it's possible that I could be on live longer than this thing has actually been up, but would I buy a cozy coupe? Yep. I read that wrong originally, but yeah. What do you mean by cozy coupe? Like a tight, like a Miata kind of thing? Yeah. Here's the thing. I want to do a different variation on a coupe. Like most coupes, most cars, most things that people build and drive, they like to lower it. No. I want to go in the opposite direction. I want to lift it. And I don't care for big rims. I care for fat tires. So I'm thinking like if you look up a rally fighter, something like that. I want to be able to take one of these coupes. It has to be a fastback coupe too. Like that's what I prefer. Like a Datsun, man. Those 240Zs, thing of beauty. And so it's like, what if you could put some fat tires on it and lift it, put a light bar on it, and turn it into like a utility off-roading vehicle, but it's a coupe. So it's good for my frame because I'm a pretty tall guy. So getting in and out of the car won't be so hard. But then also like, I don't know, I just like a softer ride and being able to like go over shit. I saw that happen in Texas, by the way. Some dude was like, you know, fuck this curb. And he just went over it in his truck. And I was like, yeah, that's a vibe right there. Not gonna lie. Bro, I used to be 260. I did sports to lose weight. Now I'm 153. Damn. Good for you, man. Good for you. Mish. God is good. Hello from Florida. Japanese cars. Bro, man. I wish they could. Here's the thing. I see cars these days and they all look the same to me. I'm like, that looks like every other sedan. That looks like every other crossover. And I just like you could easily replace the badge, the make of that car with any other make, and it would look very similar. And I know people who are fans of like really, really big into cars could tell the difference between them. I'm just like, it all looks the same. But yo, Japanese cars, man, the Japanese in general, they know how to do it. Search it up. It's a specific car. Let's see. You said it's a cozy coupe. Ooh, is it? Oh, that's what you meant. You know, it'd be funny to put some rims on that. Put some rims. You know, it'd be a funny YouTube video. It'd be a really funny YouTube video to motorize something like that, and then put like actual Yo, I wonder if that's possible. I know it's Fred Flintstone type, and I don't know. I definitely won't fit into it, but it'd be funny to make a larger version of that and actually motorize it and everything. And then every kid that you pass on the street would be like, yo. And you'd be like, yep, Fred Flintstone. Cozy coupe. That's funny. But thank you for that poop hole. Appreciate it. I have a few topics that I prepared for this live, but Honda CRX as well. Let's see. I don't know. Honda CRX Del Sol. What is that? Okay. SRs. Wow. Okay. Those 80s cars are weird. What job do you do? Social. I do what I want. I don't really have a job like that. I always like the Mazda RX-8s. Yeah, with those Wankel engines. That's you always got to worry about parts with weird engines like that. But those were really cool. The suicide doors, right? Yo, that was a vibe. You seem like a counselor. No, I'm not. I'm not. I just I don't know. Thank you. I guess I'm gonna take it as a compliment, Jessica. Old but beautiful. Yeah. Yeah. See, living life and loving my kids. Good for you. Any cooler looking cars have those annoying parts. Yes. Yeah. It's funny. It's like, could we get a cool looking car without all these weird stuff on it? That'd be really nice. He's a dad of 9 people alive. Yes. Yes, you seem open minded and welcoming. I am open minded, but I'm also extreme in a lot of my positions. Um, Maybe in a good or bad way, depending on the type of person you are. If you're about holistic medicine and probably you're suspicious of GMOs, this might be the community for you. If not, and if you like conspiracy theories, awesome. This might be the community for you. Here's the thing, I'm not any of those people, but I like people who are just highly skeptical of the world because the world's constantly lying to us. And I think we've weirdly built a community of that here. Now, it ain't most people. I'm honest about that with myself and with you guys. Like, most people are not like us. Okay. Um, like indulging trolls. That's not a thing people do. But I think they are more interesting people. And I have this conversation with my girl sometimes. I'm just like, yo, I really don't want to. Most people are just so boring. And that's, I think, true. I agree about the whole world lying and politics are BS. Yeah. Yeah. This might be a good place for you. Dad, I think I sharded. Okay. It's a perfect username, Poohole. Yeah. Politics are BS. I used to be really big. Here's the thing. I like bigger ideas. Like if you want to talk about policy, like here's what we should do this year, blah, blah, blah. It's like, all right, nobody knows what's going to work. I'm all about A/B testing. Try it out if you want. Like it is what it is. But then if it comes to like human motivations and incentives, I like to factor those in making decisions because honestly, people are predictable when you understand their motives. Can you indulge me? Can you please say ooh ah ah for old time's sake? What's old time's sake? Like when I was a baby, I got banned. Yeah, you got banned. Well, you can't be as loose with your comments here, Pink Taco. You can't. So you have to make another account. Is that what happened? What conspiracy theories are interesting, like Lord of the Rings or something? Yeah, I agree. Here's the thing: I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I like listening to conspiracy theorists because honestly, I like the skepticism, right? I just think it can be directed in a better direction, but you need to have that sort of baseline in order to start like questioning things in the world, you know? And I think skepticism is like the beginning spark of like innovation because you have to think that the way things are being done are wrong. And in order to believe that, you have to be skeptical about it. And so, like, yeah, like even when I was making the sweet potato pie, the recipe has like, all right, you're going to use butter, you're going to use milk, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, wait, heavy cream is butter and milk. So why don't I just use heavy cream? I didn't follow the recipe. Obviously, I did my own thing, and then it turned out a little watery because I cooked the sweet potatoes in my own way, even not following the recipe at all. It turned out it's a pretty good pie. I'm not gonna lie, but I don't know. I just have this thing about me where I'm just like, you know what? Fuck what the thing says. I'm gonna figure it out, even though it's probably not the best way to move in this world if you want to be efficient with your time. But you do get a deep understanding of things when you go and figure things out yourself, which is why I'm always like a proponent of like doing things like talking all good but whatever. Let me catch up with comments here. Ooh, okay, I'm a Republican and honestly I think we should close the border and get rid of Biden, just my opinion. Yeah, Biden is a liability. Border, yeah, I mean like like it's crazy that they're talking about it now. And then people, it's funny, like a lot of people have to come to terms with the decision they've made voting Biden as their president. And I like to point it out all the time. I'm like, you guys voted for this guy. Like you guys thought this was an upgrade. Like it's crazy. And yeah. And here's the thing, people I think a lot of people, especially Republicans, are like, oh, we gotta be the bigger people and like let's be the adults in the room. It's like fuck that. No, tell these people how stupid they are. They made these decisions and now everything's gone to shit. Let them wallow in it, let them feel the pain, and you should laugh your asses off because I don't think they'll ever learn unless they get shamed into whatever it's. But maybe that's just a bad strategy. but I don't care for strategy either way. There is a show on Netflix about conspiracy theories, an animated one. Okay. Oh, you can see my message now? Yep, I can. Oh, you said, oh, this proves evolution theory is a hoax. Maybe. I forgot the name. Okay. Yes, it is. I have a plasma car with a V8. Ooh. I'm neutral in politics. The thing is, I feel like anyone can vote without knowledge of the parties. Yeah. Here's the thing: you start realizing like what they say doesn't mean shit. So all we're doing is testing people out. But then you get into this whole like loyalty party thing, and then people have to sort of like if you choose a camp, then you sort of have to defend your decision, which I think is the tough position people find themselves in when it comes to politics. It's like you've already aligned yourself a certain way, so you're kind of like forced to stay that way for your own self belief. But I like being flexible. I like being able to say, you know what, these Dems are right when they're talking about like their grievances when it comes to like certain things in government, whatever. I'm like, yeah, their grievances are right. They have the right emotional attitude, but they are wrong about policy. But you should be able to point at the other side and be like, there are things they have right, and here's what they have right, and here's where they're wrong. 0, 16, 7 seconds. Nice. Okay. Whoa. A lot of comments real quick. My bad. Or what they will do, or the laws made in their terms. Progress is never made by doing things the same. That's true. I don't know. But I think I have like a bias towards like assuming the way we're doing it is wrong, even though probably not. Who did I vote for? I voted this last election. I voted for Yay, and I wrote it in. I have evidence and everything. All right. People always, I say it, people don't believe me. I'm like, okay. Here's the thing. I was in upstate New York, so a vote for Trump wouldn't have done anything. The state was going to go blue no matter what. So I figured, why don't we send a message with, or at least let me try to send a message with my vote. Biden is just, oh my God, why should us taxpayers have to pay for illegals? It's BS. Exactly. Agreeing gas prices and food. Exactly. Yeah. I mean, like people can't put two and two together. So it's just like, feel your pain, and I have no sympathy. What's the black device on your shoulder? It's the microphone that you're hearing. As an Italian, I say Roman is the right to Israel and Palestine. Okay. It's called Inside Job on Netflix. Okay. Exactly. Do you think Osama has been in your live stream before? Probably. I've had what's his name? Who's that comedian who Dave Portnoy got into? Michael Rappaport came on our live once. We didn't know. I thought it was a troll account because I saw it said Michael Rappaport, but it was a picture of some kid. I guess him as a kid. And so I started like ripping into Michael Rappaport, the figure, and started making jokes about him and Dave Portnoy, and people started in the chat started gunning in on him. And then I saw the account, I was like, oh shit, a few million followers. I was just like, and then he left, and I was like, all right, whatever. So if he came on my chat, then clearly I saw my hands. Are you Sudanese? I'm East African, Eritrean by ethnicity. I will vote Democrat to remove a rhino. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, there's certain, like, what's his name? The Kennedy guy is interesting. Very interesting. Why are we helping Ukraine and we don't help our vets? Oh my God. Yeah. What level town hall do you have? What level town hall? I'm not sure what you mean. Dad, I got you to 999 likes. I appreciate it. Yeah, more likes means this stream gets in front of more people, I guess. So if you have it in you to give the screen a few taps, I'd appreciate it, but no pressure. Why are you crying so damn much? She's not crying. He's dead. Oh, I was saying that today. Yay, 24. Okay, yeah. It would have been Yay 2020. I think here's the thing. My idea for giving Yay my write-in vote, I had to write him in, was what if you can get 1 million votes across America, across the 50 states? If you could get 1 million votes, you send a message to both parties that, hey, maybe you got to appeal to us, this new segment of the population, huh? Instead of assuming those votes are yours, but a lot of people get emotional about it, even though their vote didn't actually affect the outcome in any one way or the other. So I like to make my vote useful. And since I've been on like platform and I have some clout now, I've decided like maybe it's not even appropriate for me to vote because it would bias me in my discussions of this stuff, which I think all journalists should, as a duty to their profession, make the decision to not vote. Because as soon as you cast a vote, you've mentally chosen a side. And so that will bias your reporting. And in order for me and us to have honest conversations about this stuff, I think it might be necessary for me to not cast a vote. But and what type of mic is that you're using on your shirt? A Rode Mic Go, I think it's called, or 2, whatever. You just Google Rode, RODE Mic Go, and you'll find it. Hello, hey, how's it going? I'm not crying. You make no sense. Nah, they're just trolling you. You got to be used to a little bit of trolling, though. That's the thing. If you're going to be here, we got trolls here. It is what it is. So, wait, when did he die? I don't know. I don't remember what year. Why are you complaining about helping people who are dying when Obama was president? Yeah, Obama is the one who got the guy. Consider God's handiwork who can straighten what he has made crooked. The farming equipment one? I'm not sure what you... Oh. All human began in Africa, according to the anthropologists and the findings in the dirt. Okay. Why you not answer? Why are some people still talking about slavery? It's old. I don't understand. No, it's more like here's the thing. Like I've been in the same position as you. It's like it's the past, but to them it's their family. And so that's the thing you have to consider. Like if in your history, if in your lineage, people had to go through some of the things people did, then I think you could justifiably be angry about these things. So I get where people are coming from. Now, I think they're letting it affect their mindset too much, which holds them back today. But that's a hard conversation to have when people are very emotional, because it is something very close to them, literally. So, and plus slavery still exists today. So not in this country. Well, I mean, I guess the 13th Amendment does exclude or does allow slavery in the context of prisoners. So, but I mean, it does exist in Northern Africa thanks to Hillary Clinton. So yeah, slavery is still a thing. Is it because I'm right? Right about what? They're scary. Israel versus Palestine versus Christopher Columbus versus Native Americans. Is it the same? I don't know, dude. I don't know. You would know better than I do, King Kobe. Hello, natural girl. Yo, Kirko, what's up? Okay, but some blacks did it to them first, so their own kind. It's not even about that. It's like, it's more recent history too. That's the thing. Like you can go back enough and be like, all right, blacks enslaved other blacks. Like, okay. But I think the contrast of it, I think, is what affects it even more, especially when you consider like there is sort of a cutoff point for people in history that they'll look, or how far people will look back, right? And yeah, you'd be right to say it's like, oh, but originally it should be your own people. You should be mad at Africans. It's like, okay, yeah, but like people have a cutoff. And so it's like, yeah, I'm with you. Like, I don't, like, here's the thing. My family doesn't have any direct ties to any of the slavery stuff. Like my parents immigrated here a few decades ago. Like, so I don't have that connection. And I do see it as this whole, I wouldn't call it an obsession, but this whole like sort of focus on it is holding, I think, a lot of Black Americans back. But if you want to communicate to them, you can't, which I've made the mistake before. You can't just be like, you just get over it, which is probably what they need to hear, but they ain't trying to hear that. So it is what it is. And it sucks. It sucks, but whatever. White Africans, like Elon Musk. Why would they team kill? I'm not sure what you mean. As well, bro said team kill. Is that what I said? I didn't say that. It's not the same. You is very rude. Why is it not? Your talking is very annoying, Coco. It's not European colonialism. Why is you? What is going on, Sarah? I'm having a hard time understanding you. I got banned again. Israel is good. Palestine wants to kick Israel out, and Christopher Columbus was rude. Do you want to play Fortnite later? I don't have. I've never played Fortnite. Probably because you're hating on me. Good. He has your photo. Yeah. And this is what trolls do sometimes. I'm cool with Pool. He's cool. He's cool. Here's the thing. A lot of people would just be like, they would have banned him immediately. And then he's going to have to make another account. And then we just do this dance. And it's just like, no, he's been cool. He's been cool. He's not the only twin, by the way. There are plenty of twins. Unless you're the person who left the comment, because there was another twin who left the comment, but I don't think that was you, Poopal. Why did they team kill? Oh, what are you guys referring to? Never mind. Made the highest grade in class again at whopping 86. Good for you, man. TikTok is dog shit. I'm having a hard time keeping up with comments. Yo, it really is. Mefo, he has a crush on you. A lot of people have a crush on me. That's one of the things. Like, you put your face out here on social media and you get a little bit of traction and some clout. Yo, you're gonna get some weird ass messages. Like, the first thing, if you're a guy, the first thing you're gonna get are from the first lewd messages you're gonna get are from guys. Okay, then the girls come later, but first it's guys. I've gotten some weird requests too. Not gonna lie. If you guys want to know, I can run through them. But like, it is what it is. He's everyone's in this live's dad. Yeah. What do you mean? You're kind of honest, kind and honest. I love it. Are you referring to me, Jessica? I'm not kind. I am honest. Well, maybe kind. Kind. If you think on it, here's the thing. I heard someone say on a podcast, like, being honest is not kind, because honesty can be rough for a lot of people, even though it's probably what they need to hear. And you are doing them. You are. I don't know. I don't good. To run through them. Okay. So yeah. First, it's Instagram. Got a couple messages from dudes, okay, who were like, "Hey, you ever switch or whatever?" Or it's like, "Nah, bro. I appreciate it though." And then girls are more subtle. So guys are way over. Like, they get sexual immediately, and whatever. It is what it is. And then women are more subtle, and they'll get in the DMs, and you're not really sure why they're in the DMs until like a few messages. So they're not as overt and direct with the sexuality stuff, but they'll eventually be honest and be like, all right, yeah, okay. And then the weirdest thing I've gotten so far is a request about me possibly being a sperm donor. That was the weirdest one so far, but I expect it to get weirder. Not gonna lie, hear me out though. He's not bad looking either. Okay. Yes, absolutely, you are. Hey, you. Hey, Q. How's it going? Gula Goddess. Okay. You seem sweet and kind. All right. He's mostly. No, I'm not. The men like the bald head. I don't know. Because, like, you see all these guys going to Turkey to get like the fucking hair implant stuff. So I'm not really sure. I just have a bald head and I accept it. So it is what it is. Who is? I am never single. Are you Wi-Fi? Because I feel a strong connection with you. That's a good pickup line, not gonna lie. Do you see a therapist? If so, why not? I don't see a therapist. Honestly, I don't trust the whole therapy profession, not gonna lie. Like, because they have an incentive. Look at the incentives at play when you go to a therapist. You come there to talk about whatever problems or issues or mental things you're going through, and you're paying them. So naturally, they eat off of your issues. So what are the incentives here? Do you understand? So that's the part that bothers me the most about the profession. It's like, I've heard people do like therapy sessions. Like, even like one of the podcasts I listen to he's a philosophy guy, but he takes call-in shows all the time where people will come in and talk about the issues that are going on in their life. It's like a straight up therapy session, except he does it for free. And yeah, it's content, but he doesn't make money from content directly. He asks for donations, but that's as far as they go. And so that way you can sort of justify it more. So the money motive kind of fucks it up, I think. I don't know if there's a dynamic where it could work, but just paying people to talk about your issues incentivizes them to not solve your issues because they depend on the money that you're paying them. And so it's like the best therapists, I think, or the most successful therapists are the ones who can lie to themselves about what they're doing, who can, because like the honest therapists who are like, I feel like I'm not helping these people, or who wants to solve your problems as quick as possible. Those people are not going to become economically successful. Now, the most economically successful therapists are going to be the ones who can lie to themselves about what they're doing, believing that they're helping you as you go and continue sessions again and again and again, possibly spanning years, not actually solving a problem, which is why I think Kevin Samuels, one of the most wisest things he said on his streaming was like, look, if you're in therapy for multiple years, you're not solving your issues. You're not solving your issues. It's something, yeah, maybe you go to therapy to talk about certain things, but there should be an end state here. Um, uh, so Pink Taco Lover has a comment for you, Jessica. He put it on Twitch because I guess he got banned. On TikTok, why did the black team kill each other? You said the blacks enslaved themselves first. No, she's talking about like early, like the slave trade would not happen if it weren't for Africans selling other Africans. Like that's necessary for the slave trade to even begin. It's not like they went into these places and just like, well, I guess some parts, but you're going to Turkey one day? Hair restriction? No, I'm not. I've been to Turkey before. Istanbul is nice. Well, it's not nice. It's cool. It's a nice city to visit. If you're a cat person, you're going to love Istanbul because they have cats in the street that are sort of like community property. Everyone takes care of them. They feed them and all that stuff. And it's interesting. Yes, you're right. Blessings to you too. Like lawyers taking your vulnerability to take money from you too. Yeah, lawyers also, the law profession has the same issue. Have you heard of, let me see, have you heard of Andrew Tate's thoughts on therapy? For example, depression doesn't exist. I think he's just unfamiliar he's talking out of his ass on a lot of things, or he just embellishes a lot. So, but I'm pretty sure depression is a medical state. But I don't know. I've never been depressed, so I can't speak on it. The mind is complex. It is. That makes sense. Acknowledging depression holds you down or back. Like depression is, from what I understand, debilitating. It's not like you're just sad. If you're sad, yeah, there's certain things you can do to just change your physical and mental state. Like oftentimes, like first things you should look at are you hungry? Are you thirsty? Are you tired? Are you horny? Those are the big four you should go through. Even in a relationship, I do this. I ask these questions, not in like a sort of direct way. Even with myself, like I notice, like I become a certain way when certain things aren't met. Those are the physical things you can handle. And then obviously some sort of movement is healthy too. And just even doing those things can solve a lot of the things, the funks that you can be in. Sometimes you just need to take a nap, but if you are sort of in a funk, for an extended period of time, or if it's something more serious than that, then definitely talk to your doctor. I'm not here. I know I look like a doctor. I'm not a doctor. So don't take any medical advice from me. And Pink Taco Lover thinks you're a Karen, by the way. I don't think so. I think you're just caring. You're not a Karen. Medicine is not helpful. See? Okay. Honest therapist gives goals and techniques to the patient to feel and secure and overcome issues. Okay. Also, my project will have the working title Genesis as the Genesis project of the Users Collective. Yes, I love it, bro. Dude, tell me when you got a website up or something. Definitely I want to see it. It's all an experiment. It really is. Yeah. Never back down. Never what? What do you mean? Interesting to speak on Kevin Gates. What else has he said that resonates with you? Kevin Gates. Did I mention Kevin Gates? I don't think I did. Did someone else in the chat? Exactly 100%. Agreed. Thanks. Absolutely. Thanks so much. Correct. Depression exists as a brain issue with lower dopamine. Yes, I have it. Okay. Never back down, never give up. Okay. Andrew Tate says a lot on it, too complex to type. Maybe something you make on video. Yeah, if you DM it to me, definitely I can make a video. That'd be cool. Thoughts on the placebo-affected medication, medical stuff? It's interesting. Like the thing I thought it was just the belief, but it turns out it could be the testing methodology that might be responsible for why certain things work. And it's interesting. I don't know. Depends on what you're treating. Pink Taco Man said check Twitch. Yeah, he did, because he keeps getting banned because he goes a little too heavy-handed with a lot of the language on Twitch, which I guess Twitch's algorithm isn't really that sensitive to this kind of stuff, but definitely there's a lot of things. He my scissor buddy. Tell Poohole I love him. He loves you, Poohole. Pink Taco loves you. And Kikobi wants to talk. Oh, you guys need to talk to each other. Yeah. Oh man, we are so weird here. We're so weird. Have you guys ever seen a live like this before? That's the thing. Like, I know if I like talk about, I don't know. I feel like all the other conversations on TikTok live are generally really boring and very focused. Here, it's like free for all. It can go anywhere, and you can have an influence on the direction the conversation can go by just simply leaving a comment. Twitch is boring. Isn't boring? Is that what you meant? Amazing. Is that a Jesse Lee Peterson reference? Amazing. I thought about, because I do software and stuff, so like when I release betas, I was gonna take a clip of him saying beta. Do you want to join our beta? It's interesting because when you use medication and then pseudo medication, oh really? Is that how that works? What? It shows an actual effect of being treated. Oh, not Kevin Gates, Kevin Samuels. That's what you meant. Okay. Because you wrote Kevin Gates. I was like, I saw some videos of him on TikTok, but I was like, I don't think I mentioned Kevin Gates. I'm pretty sure he's a rapper. What else has Kevin Samuels said that resonates with you? I think he gave good advice to men. Like all the female stuff is like, yeah, he's giving them good advice, but they're not going to listen to it. So it's all just entertainment. But I mean, he got the bag off of it and he paid his dues. He made so much content for men that didn't get any traction that finally, when he found his lane, like, I'm like, all right, do what you got to do, bro. It is what it is. But like, he tells guys, like he was ripping into men first, young men especially young black men who are like, yo, get your shit together. If you got time, you should be working. You should be working a lot. You should be grinding and hustling. Like you should become a high value man, as they say. You should figure out your personality type, like all the different like lanes you can take, and then just build yourself. Like none of this shit's gonna come easy to you. Like you don't expect you deserve things either. Like he was telling guys, and then even like the grooming stuff and the scents and all that stuff. He was telling men all this stuff. He's harder on men, I think, but it's stuff you'll never see. Bum blood. What? I'm not sure what you mean, damn. Not a good idea. What you want? You look like an actor. I forget who. People. Boris Kodjoe. Is that what you're thinking? Going to cook. Have a good night. You have a good night too, Jessica. Have multiple streams of income via jobs. Yeah. Cook what? You should post videos of his and comment on it. Yeah, I've done reactions. Like this, those are sort of reactions, and I've done things where people misunderstand a video, and I give details that they otherwise wouldn't know. And my best performing video on TikTok was one I did about DoorDash. I think it's at 26 million views now, but that was the thing that blew up the account on TikTok. I do those, and apparently I have a track record of being able to do those things, but just like I like making original content. I want this to be sustainable, which means I can't depend on other people, or at least other people's content. And then it's always like this fair use kind of situation. Maybe if I find a bunch of videos where I feel like I can actually add to the content, which is what I did for my DoorDash video, then I will do more of them. But I haven't found anything where I was just like, oh, people need to. I like debunking things. I think I'm the debunker. You still interviewing people? No. Like we did that for a while and it's cool, whatever, but like I don't know. It's like I think interviewing people, it's easy to get the content. You still got to edit it and stuff, and a lot of people aren't really. I don't want to make anyone look bad either, because that's the easiest way to get views too. Because I know all the things that people are like people are vicious to each other, okay? And so like seeing someone look dumb or stupid or say something that makes them look bad, it's like these are the things that would go viral. And so I know those viral moments when they happen, but I don't care to make people look bad, especially when they're voluntarily coming um on camera for me. And so it's just like I don't want to be like that what's his name? Borat guy, you know? Because there was one video in particular where we were talking about body count, and there was a girl revealed her body count on camera, and she's in like she does OF stuff, whatever, but she revealed her body count on camera, bro. And let's just say it was a high ass number. It was a high ass number. And I even sent it to people close to me. I'm like, yo, she says it and I know it would get views. I know people would share it. It would go viral, but it would make her look so bad. And here's the thing, she was being honest. And she was a little drunk too. But she was being honest. And I'm like, all right, if she's being honest, coming on camera, like and I have the potential to make her look really bad on social media because she chose to be honest. Should I do it? And so I had this debate. And I had two versions of the edit. I chose the safer one. I chose where I bleep her saying the number and put it like a rooster sound over it. Still funny, but not shareable. And I'm willing. I don't know. I'm just not willing to run over people for success. It's just one thing I'm not willing to do. How to become a gigolo? Find an editor. It's not even about the edit. You still got to show up on camera and interview the people, which is, I mean, like it's a lot easier for me to just make some content here and share some interesting thought. Them looking bad, if your opinion, they may think they look good. They may think so, but here's the thing: a lot of people don't even understand. Like everything on the internet's forever. You put this stuff out, and then she decides to become a fucking mom one day, like, and then her husband, who doesn't even realize, whatever, and she's like, oh, here's her telling her body count. I don't know. Here's the thing: I prefer honesty, and yeah, that's not my responsibility for her saying what she said. But at the same time, like you can infer that it was a high number based on the edit, okay? But to actually put that number out there so that people share it, which would have given her tons of views too, but I don't know. I don't know. There's just something with like, just because I could take advantage of people doesn't mean I should, you know? It's a line for me. And yeah, even the people I consulted were like, she said it on camera and she's cool with it, so you should put it. I was just like, nah, there's a right way to do it, I think. And if that means I grow slower, I'm okay with that. It depends on the use. Twitch will never be boring. You should have me on your pod? Yeah, man. If you want to come on the pod. Yeah. I got to figure out how to DM you. Or can you DM me on Twitch? Is that a thing? Just DM me and we'll get you on the pod. We'll talk about pink tacos, I guess, if you'd like. Depends on the use. De facto is that it could be morally incorrect. Yeah. But there's positive cases of placebo effect, like reducing anxiety. Yeah. I don't know. I would love to be on the podcast. Yeah. Awesome. We record through Discord. So it's audio only. So you don't have to worry about a camera or anything. Get me and Pink Taco on a pod. Yo, yeah, let's do it. Yo, Pink Taco, Pujol says they want to come on the pod with you. I don't think DMing is a thing on Twitch. All right, we're gonna have to figure something out. Like if you follow the account, I should be able to like send you something. I don't know. We'll see. You'd love to join that? Yeah. All right, let's get all three of you, Obi and Pink Hole and Pink Taco. I have you followed for months now. Okay, we'll figure something out. Family meeting. Yeah, that'd be funny. Oh, you'll join King. Yeah, that'd be a crazy pod. You're gonna need a Discord account. So if you don't have one, make one. And then I guess I could find you guys somehow. Let's do one on missing white woman syndrome. Okay. I don't know if these guys have anything to say about it, but I'm sure you do. Family Thanksgiving, yeah. I'll bring the pie. What are you guys bringing? I'm thinking the holiday season's coming up, right? So I was like, all right, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Turkey, you're bringing the turkey, okay? Bringing the meat, obviously. Why not? Oh, I got one. All right, cool. I think any more than 3 would be too much. I agree. Yeah, I've done a pod with the most we've had is like 6, I think, and it gets a little too. So 3, I think, is the ideal amount. I'll bring turkey and gravy, Dad. Let's do one on Israel-Palestine conflict. I mean, I have nothing to say on it, so if you want like a sounding board, that's the only role I could play. But let me see if I know anybody who could at least, because I don't know. I guess it would be interesting. Plus, it would be, if I made some content right now on that stuff, it's so easy to like, yeah, I don't know. Because I already decided, like, I'm not going to talk about that kind of stuff. I'm not going to make any videos on Israel or Palestine or anything. 1, because I don't think I should be speaking on something I don't really know that deeply. And 2, I don't think anybody should be, because we're not really in it like that, like for most people. Obviously, certain people will choose their sides. And I'm sure if I asked my brother right now his opinion, he would have one. But he has some Palestinian friends, so. But I'm sure he doesn't know the other side of the thing. What's a topic you know well? That's worthy. I mean, we could start off that way, but we can also talk about like how tribal people can get. Pretty like well-rounded as far as a lot of things go. As far as I think specifically the Israel and Palestine conflict, you have to know so much history to even have like a fair chance about talking about it accurately. Family reunion after not seeing Dad in 4 years. Why you got to say it like that? Is it because I'm Black? Americans pay a lot of taxes to Israel. Yeah, see, that's the thing. That's the thing about like the aid that we give to the world and choosing sides. I don't think America should be choosing sides, so we can talk about that and policy related to that. But then it becomes a political pod, which, I mean, we have a rule, no politics, so kind of a little iffy there. Not like that. Paul asked if we can watch Family Therapy together. Is that a show? You'll bring stuffing and potatoes? Of course you will. Can we talk about Santa? Sure. Dada. It's just been years. That's all. Yeah, it's okay. It's funny because I had some topics prepared for today based on videos I posted about white podcasts. Like, I listen to podcasts, some of whom are old white guys, and the race of the people never really mattered to me. But I guess it's a tendency in my podcast feed. You'll see them, and then I made a video basically today. I posted explaining like, look, they're given free game, right? Everyone says white men are in all these positions of power. So if they're given free game and they have podcasts where they're telling you exactly how they got to where they got to, then why would you ignore it? They're giving you free game. And does their appearance matter? No. Does what they say give them more or less credibility? No. It's just information. Use it how you want. If it's useful, use it. If not, whatever. How can we discuss about the pod? Do you mean what can we discuss? We can talk anything. Like the whole point of the pod is like a podcast about anything. It started off as a siblings podcast, but it's sort of centered around me because it's not gonna be pushed forward unless it's me, which sucks because like it would have been cool, like involving the whole family as a part of this. It was a cool thing. I'd like some debate. Yeah, debate's good. I appreciate debate, but I don't think I could give much debate on that specific topic. So, but I can play at least devil's advocate. So whatever position King Covey takes, I can always give the ladder on the opposite side and make it more interesting. I've been, it's weird. The podcast has transformed, and I don't think it's reached its final form yet. It'd be cool if I eventually turn this into an operation that has a studio and everything, and then fly people out and be like, yo, because like with the whole podcasting scene, People, they just go to each other's podcasts. That's what's going on here. They're whoring themselves out, just like clout farming this shit. And if you don't have a big name already, people aren't really interested in having you as a guest, blah, 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 whatever. But I think normal people can be interesting too, which is why we invite just people on stream sometimes on the pod, or a friend of ours or something who's working on some whatever. Like normal, and then you can have some really interesting discussions. So the idea behind the podcast is like it's a homies podcast. You talk about anything and everything. Like when you're hanging out with your friends or whatever, you know, the conversation can go anywhere. You guys could start talking about like conflict in Palestine or Israel, and then it can get into like somehow it transitions into women, or you guys start talking about video games or sports or whatever, and then sometimes you guys are just laughing your asses off because someone made a funny comment about whatever, and that's where the name comes from, Table Moments. Like me and my brother and friends growing up, when we would just have these random ass conversations about anything and everything, and then eventually like we would just be laughing our asses off and enjoying each other's company, just talking around a table. And we called it a table moment. And so that's where Table Moments, that's the whole name. That's where it comes from. If you guys are new here. So, and the form of the podcast is the same way. It's unstructured conversation that can go anywhere, which is harder to sell to people because people want this like highly defined like lane for certain things. Like you cannot search Table Moments and be like, what's it about? It's like, they talk about anything, bro. So essentially it's been centered around me and my personality, and I guess yours, you know, the kind of people who are drawn to this, which you guys are a certain type of person. Like I've noticed just based on the people who interact in these lives, and you are skeptical people. You're also higher IQ for sure, just based on some of the professions and people who are drawn to these lives. I've noticed you guys are higher IQ for sure. More open-minded, but then also argumentative too. I think it's like this is a small percentage of the population who this appeals to, and I think this is a pretty cool community. It's going to be hard to grow because you sort of have to go through the masses in order to find your people, which is the shitty thing about social media, I've noticed. And I'm hoping to build a software that can fix this dilemma, because you know they have this idea about 1,000 true followers. It's like, but you can't get to that 1,000 without going through everybody fucking else, because these social medias reward content that appeals to the masses, which is why Mr. Beast is like the biggest, because it's non-controversial, it's spectacular, fantastical content that's safe. Which, I mean, if I have to do that, I don't know. This is the whole thing. I'm getting into like the dynamics of this, which I don't think you guys care to hear, but whatever. Married, sorry, especially your son. Yeah, but that convo isn't made for public. Do I need a marketing team? I mean, I have so much content out here on YouTube with these live streams that go on for hours with like all the stuff I've put out. If you want to do reactions of my stuff and grow an account for yourself, do it. Please make some money off of my content. Please. I don't care. Like, or find clips of me online, whatever, if you want. If I mention something that you have more to add to, feel free to stitch it. Like, do whatever you want with any of the content I have out there. And whatever, even do remixes, say I'm wrong, whatever. It's all good. Like when people stitch my videos that happen to go viral, like I had one video where I was like, lie on your resume. Swear to God, it works. And a bunch of HR people stitched it. I was like, yeah, please eat off this. Eat off this. Let everyone eat off this. Because it's good for me too. It's good for this. Do you need a marketing team? I mean, marketing team's always good. My ex works at Google. Okay. Your ex, though, that's a problem. Dad, how long should I put dinner in the microwave for? 3 minutes. Man's just saying whatever, not even interacting. I speak a lot and I have a hard time catching up with comments. Who's your target audience? Have a target audience and aim towards them. What you mean? Find relevant hashtags your target audience uses. You're also talking too much over a point. For a persona, you're talking about the same thing. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like, this is supposed to be a podcast page. So it's my job to be the entertainment for you guys, which is why I try to talk about what this is about. But yeah, I go off on the rants and stuff like that. What's my target audience? I have no fucking clue. That's the thing. Like, I'm being me, and I'm trying to find people who like this energy, who are like this. I haven't figured out how to define this yet. I'm slowly over time narrowing it down. Definitely like, and I think it's very, very niche. It's very niche. I've noticed on my business page where I just talk about like mindset stuff and software tools and tips and tricks. It's so much easier to grow. It's so much easier to grow when you have a focus. So I'm with you, Rita. Like when you have a target audience, you go after. So for my business page, my target audience is content creators and software. It's content creators for software, software for content creators that I built. And so like I'm targeting creative people on social media um, with the content I make there. And it's so much easier to grow, guys. You have no clue. Like it's crazy. So I'm with you, Rita. You're definitely right on that stuff. Yes, but it's not interesting when you say that same thing for 3 minutes. That's why you need a marketing help employed. Here's the thing. I'm not going to dumb down the content. That's the one thing. There's certain things I just won't do as a matter of principle. And I know that's going to make it really hard to grow. I've made creative decisions specifically because I want to grow in a certain way. I know broad topics, especially I know if I talk about the dating stuff, if I talk about relationships, if I talk about money and health, those are the big three that people really fucking care about. And those videos tend to do really well. I know if I do reaction content, that's going to do really well. I have the proof of it, but I've chosen to do this in a certain way. Similar audience to Mr. Beast? Fuck no. Fuck no. If you like Mr. Beast, do not follow this page. You're not gonna like this at all. Fuck no. Employed people, what age group? I've noticed the age group who really resonates with this kind of stuff probably are around between 25 and 45. It's probably too broad of a range. I'd say 25 and 40. It probably makes more sense. But definitely like the more nerdy types for sure. Yes, it's entertaining. I'm back, Dad. My app crashed. Virus. Pink Taco said check Twitch. Bad business strategy. It's not about business. That's the thing. Like it's about saying important things. And if I can happen to turn it and make money from it, cool. But it's not. I've always treated this content stuff as like a loss leader. I don't expect to directly make money from this. If I do, that's great. But I make my money in other ways. That's always been my position. Who would you discuss with? What do you mean? Are you giving any new or profound information? I'm giving people honesty. And that's the one thing that doesn't tend to do well on social media. What do they say? Either lie to people. Honestly, people just don't like the truth. But I think these are things that need to be said. So I'm putting it out there. And some people fuck with it. A lot of people don't. And I'm cool with that. It's so grand and vague. It is. I know. I struggle with this too. I struggle with this. She's similar to you. What do you mean? The information I give honestly it's not profound if you have been exposed to it before, but a lot of people have no exposure to it. And honestly, the kind of stuff I say is not rewarded on social media. So it's been an uphill battle, but I'm okay with the grind. I'm cool with it. How could you have important convos and not name drop or docs? What? Why would you have to name drop or docs to have important conversations? I don't understand that part. The topic she discusses, personality, etc. Give me an example of what you talk about. Well, I mean, like some of the things, obviously, people here tend to like conspiracy theories, but I like to challenge what people know. So one of the things I like to do is breed some skepticism in people. I have some things. Here's the thing. The things I say, the things I talk about, there is no set topic. It's a free flowing conversation, and that's the point. Like some of the things we talk about Ye a lot. He comes up a lot, but it's more about the ideas and not the person himself. I like to challenge the things people accept as true, especially in the news. People bring up like Israel, Palestine is the big thing now, but sometimes people have brought up like the submarine situation, UFOs, whatever. And obviously have to challenge people on like some of the things people believe. And so that's generally what I do. I challenge what people know. Like my biggest, I don't know why I'm like explaining, and I don't think this is even that interesting to listen to, but She's saying exactly what you're saying now. You like being contrarian. Yeah, contrarian is a good position. It's not even contrarian. It's that, which I guess you could easily describe as contrarian. And I do have a bias towards contrarianism, but it's really just challenging what people know. That's a focal point, intentionally disturbing your audience's view of reality. Yeah, that's a good summary of that. Bro, is that a gray hair? It is a gray hair. I think it is. I do. And it makes more sense if you explained it. Cynical. That's the thing. I'm not cynical. I'm actually very hopeful about and positive and optimistic person generally, especially about the future. I just think we have to go create it. And that's the thing. I'm also, one of the things that I am worried about with social media is like audience capture. So that's why I'm like, that's why even when I've had successes, I know like certain things I know I could easily get more views on. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to, even though I could, because then it sort of typecasts me, which you see happen to creators all the fucking time. It's that's the one thing. I'm not going to do this and sacrifice myself as a part of at least my personality for this thing. But you see it happen to people, and you, the audience, want that to happen too. So I am in a battle with you guys. You might not realize it, but I am. And so, like with Rita, all the points she's saying are valid, probably true, and any advice she gives is probably right if you want success on social media, but it comes at a cost to your personality. And that's the one sacrifice I'm not willing to make. And so that's why, like, you look at my content, like it's all over the place. But that's with this page, with my other pages, it's more focused, so it is more directed at certain things and whatever. Is it not over 5.5 inches? You'd have to find out. But I think any black guy, I don't know. I don't have to make a, coming from where you are, you have to be a contrarian. Why not? Yeah. Let me on. Let's debate. What do you want to debate? Dad, it's already gray hairs. Is giving, call her daddy. It doesn't. You're just not focused enough. Maybe you need self-discovery. I don't know. Like, has your social media account affected you with your job? No. Like, I don't work for anybody, so that's the thing. Like, no, it hasn't. Birth control should be for men, not women. That's not that controversial. What's more controversial is women don't even realize the effect birth control has on their personality. That's the conversation. That's the conversation we should be having. So if you're ready for that, we can definitely do a whole episode. I'm definitely contrarian. Here's the thing. It's not even like things I've pointed out. It's things women have pointed out about themselves, like how different they are when they're on and off the pill. And I don't think women understand what they're doing to themselves when they take it. And especially since you've been taking it since like your late teens, you don't even know what it's like to be you, normal, with your own hormone levels naturally. What's in your fridge right now? I'm not sure. What's in the freezer, Dad? I think there's some DiGiorno. What form of birth control? I mean, specifically the hormonal stuff. I definitely think women should reconsider, or at least understand what it's doing to their personality. Because there's this idea that our hormones are who we are, and our day-to-day experience is affected by our hormone levels. So you can imagine when you alter that in some significant way with like a birth control pill, that can affect the things that you're drawn to, the things that attract you, your personality, the things, even the things you smell and eat, taste, the things you experience, the way you experience life. All that is dictated by your hormone levels. And I don't think women are explained that this is the nature of this stuff in detail when they first get on it. And then especially considering, because if they get on it in their late teens and then transition to early adulthood and maybe beyond, they've never known what their adult body's actually like, the actual hormone levels of just being natural. And so you don't really know who you are. And that's an interesting conversation to have. So like whether men should take it. I think if you put birth control in the hands of men, there would be no, or there would be far fewer babies without fathers, children without fathers. I used to have an IUD. Name all 5 types of birth control. I'm not going to. I'm talking about pills. What about the hormones in our meats that men eat? Sure. I mean, ban all 5 types of birth control. I'm not talking about banning. Like, people have the right to use and put whatever they want in their body. But I'm just saying, like, when you mess with your biology and you don't understand what side effects it might have in other aspects of your personality and your experience of the world. So, and it's not even like I've heard firsthand account from women who have been on and then off of it. And they're like, yo, I'm an entirely different person. Like, even when they talk about, the craziest thing is when they talk about like the things that they desire in a mate completely flip. And it's just like, yo, so it's changed the type of men you could potentially mate with. That's crazy. And you guys want to talk about other bullshit out here? Yeah, I think that's the biggest issue. I'm sad dad, 1035 Cowboys. Okay. Are you talking about maybe during puberty, different conversation? That was all over the place. Yeah, I am all over the place. That's the nature of this. What do you think about a woman that cheats on you on Valentine's Day? Why on Valentine's Day? That's interesting. What's specific? Why do you bring up Valentine's Day specifically? I mean, cheating's cheating, and I don't think most people should. But like, I'm not going to tell people how to live. Live your life however you want. I personally couldn't accept any cheating just because of the dishonesty part. But and your words are bond, blah blah blah, whatever. You can only name the pill. That's the only one I'm talking about. At least the hormonal stuff. All the other IED stuff, I don't know in detail. I would expect that has less of an issue, but or probably doesn't affect your hormones in any way. So that's a whole other thing. I wouldn't classify it as part of it. I'm talking about the hormonal stuff. Now, like, I have some anecdotal stuff, but I don't think that's important enough to bring up. Dad, can you come to the park with us? You're not a doctor, bro. I don't need to be a doctor. The implant IUD, the pill, the sponge, condoms. I'm all about condoms, by the way. Condoms are great. I even have a video where I posted about condoms. Like, it's only ever been women who always like insisted on not using podcasts or not using condoms. I would like to join your pod. How can we set this up? I got to figure out a way to like message you, bro. That's the thing. I got to figure out a way to message you. I'm going to see if I can do something on Twitch. See if I can send you a message. Condoms are great, though. I highly recommend them. And I know people like the feeling. It's like, bro. I was with her 5 years and she was with him for 2 years cheating. Jeez. Is it really? I can't tell if you're serious or not. I'm hoping you're not. But if true, then I wonder, like, were there any signs in retrospect that you realized maybe she was? IUDs are hormonal. There's hormonal and non-hormonal options. Yeah. So it's just the hormonal ones I would just be honest to women about, like, look, this is going to affect your personality. Like, here's the thing. Doctors are so dumb sometimes. They get told shit and they don't question it at all. And I think this is the problem with like experts and stuff. And this, I think, I've always been this way, very contrarian, or at least have highly skeptical of experts. I've always been. And I think people are drawn to that sort of personality here. So that's what I've been about. And so that would be interesting to go into. It's like all these different types of whatever. And that would be informative, I think, to female listeners. We have those. I know it's hard to believe, but we have those too. And that could be more informative, I think. Because I think women, through experience, have more to say than any expert has to say. And I think this is where, like, the stories I've heard of women talking about, like, here's how I was on this birth control, and here felt way better and completely different, and I feel like a different person off of it. It's just like, okay, this is important to know. This is why you're struggling to find your audience. It is what it is. I I've decided I'm going to do it my way. Could you use my TikTok account? Sure. Yeah. Can you DM me on TikTok? Do you still have access to your account? Okay. Have a good one, Rita. Like, yeah. Water swallowing was low key ASMR. You got to stop. Come on. Don't do that. That's a little dirty. Come on. I don't know how to do that. Okay. You can't just send. Let me see. Okay. If you use the same username, I'll be able to look it up and DM you there after the live. Kind of cute. Okay. So you're just a fucking troll. Is that what you're doing? I can't tell. Who's that profile picture of though? I feel like that's what's her name? Who's twerking on that Charleston dude. What's her name? What's her name? You know, like I see these people on social media all the time, but I don't know their names. That's my dad. You can share a live. What does sharing a live do? I appreciate it. Okay, cool. Pink Taco. I'll be able to DM you about that. Am I single? I am not single. Hey, I am. Okay, cool. All right. Yeah, I think I can DM you. Let's see if I can. Okay. I'll be able to look this up after the live. It's $5 to your creator fund. I'm not sure what that means, but if you are, I appreciate it. You don't have to, and it is what it is. What's her name? Whatever. That's gonna bother me a little bit. Are you LGBTQ? I'm the plus 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 part. Looking for a 573 pound. Looking for a 573 pound man. I'm not sure you can find those. You're gonna need at least 2 American men. I think could fit that. Am I straight? I am straight. If you had a chance to ask the smartest person on the planet a single question, what would it be? You know, I thought about this. I don't know who the smartest person on the planet would be. I mean, like, here's the thing. Smart people, especially like the ones with the credentials and stuff, tend to like live in the world of theory too much. So they can't give you any real useful advice. Now, I did think about what question would I ask or what would I say to Elon Musk if I met him in person? And I was like, all right, if I wanted to say something that was really that I thought was useful, I thought it would be interesting to tell Elon. Freedom of reach is freedom of speech, and that's it. That's all I would have to say, and then I would just move on. I don't really care for stardom or like celebrities or anything like that. So here's the thing. It's not just about asking a general. If you asked, I think if you reframe that question, Vince, to like, who would you ask? Like if you named a specific person, I think that would be an easier question to ask. Because like it's too open-ended for a lot of people to like think off the top of their head. I think. What would the question be like? Here we go. I do. Hey, he only reads what he wants to. Yeah. Rock solid, brother. I understand. Yeah. But I think it's an interesting question. Like, what would you guys ask? Like, the smartest person on the planet, like, is probably some quant at some hedge fund somewhere. Honestly, that's probably where they are. Like, you're not going to find them in academia, probably, because if they're hella smart, I don't know if they could stand the structure and of a university. Mine would be, what's the meaning of life? But what would the smartest person tell you about it? Like, I think when it comes to the meaning of life, I would talk to a religious figure probably that you respect. I figured out how to send a message on TikTok. Awesome. Yeah. So I probably got it and we'll get you on the pod. Explain the inner workings of capitalism. Here's the funny thing, like the smartest people with all the credentials or whatever, if you ask them about capitalism and macroeconomics, they'll give you all this theory about like monetary theory and all this stuff. But it's like in practice, here's the thing, a hella smart person I've been listening to a lot lately, literally the last few days, is Nassim Taleb. If you guys don't know, he was a former options trader turned like philosopher and academic. Which I think is the best combination. People who have proven themselves in the world publicly and then gone on to academia to teach, versus the way it is now where people spend their entire life in academia never having proven themselves in the real world. I think that's a broken system. Why do people always want to focus on the person and not the question? Because like the question is tailored around the person, I think. Because like if it's just what would you ask the smartest person, you have to imagine what the smartest person, who that smartest person is, or what that smartest person would look like, or what they would know, and then you can think about the question. And so I think it's a tougher question, unless, and then you'll get weird answers. So there's a lot of assumptions people or decisions people have to make before they even answering that question, which is the process I went through. Like, so if the smartest person might be useful to ask them a question related to if something is or is not possible. Because sometimes like a lot of the biggest things, it's just sometimes you'd want to know with certainty before you even pursue that it is possible, before you even try something. That's always nice to know. Now, a lot of like creativity and production, invention in the world is like pursuing something, not knowing if it's even possible. A lot of it starts off with faith, or thinking it's possible. So maybe you don't even have to ask the question, but having some certainty is always a nice thing. That's on Mesopotamian agricultural practices leading to the Fortnite item shop. I'm not sure because people aren't active listeners. Okay. In my humble opinion, Mesopotamian agricultural practices led to Keynesian economics, which, okay, I think there's more to that comment. Ovi, are you still here? Big taco lovers getting a snack. You'll be right back. Richest person or smartest person? That's also, like, if you ask the average person, here's the thing. Elon isn't even rich. He's paper rich, which, I mean, I don't think that really makes you rich. And then I'm sure there are people much richer than Elon that just aren't documented, because, like, how do you evaluate being able to rule over a country? You know, I feel like that's way more valuable than anything you can say about like a stock market or paper wealth. Ruin the gaming industry. Richest? Incorrect. It's about active listening, critical thinkers versus him. Just admit you reading it wrong and asked it, and he asked it properly. Okay. Thoughts on Keynesian economics rubbing off on Modern Warfare 2 microtransactions? I don't know. I haven't played Modern Warfare 2 in a minute, so I can't say what's going on, but paper rich, just stock wealth, like wealth of your investments and stuff. So like with Elon, they say he's the richest man, but it's all tied into Tesla and SpaceX ownership. So it's paper. He's paper rich, but it's not actual money. Now you can borrow against it, but you know, debt is dangerous also. So, I mean, it's a whole thing. Teslas are shit. It's a cool idea though. Having enough to buy all the Fortnite items. Yeah, it's paper rich. I guess there's another way to describe it. Senra. All right, leaving for the day, Dad. See y'all later. See ya, Ovi. Example of someone who's not paper rich. People who have liquid wealth. Let's see. Who's an example of someone who has a stupid amount of cash? No, you know, at a certain level of wealth, it's probably a liability to have so much cash. But I think Berkshire Hathaway. I would say Warren Buffett. Warren Buffett. I think they have a huge cash position right now. They're waiting for sales. They're waiting for sales. I think he's a value investor. For those of you who don't know, value investing is like finding undervalued items or stocks or investments and looking for that deep value. He's like a student of Benjamin Graham, which was like the father of value investing and stuff. And from what I've heard or read somewhere, Warren Buffett and his investment arm through Berkshire Hathaway have a pretty sizable cash position. And usually that's a sign that they're waiting to deploy it somewhere, which, I mean, smart, I guess. I don't know. It's always when Warren Buffett is doing some shit, you gotta definitely watch it. I stuck with one of his old assistant Cousins. Okay. Do you have a lot of relationships or ex relationships with old money? Um, Rita, not on the state or anything. We went to Brown together. Okay. Good. All right. Yes, I went to Brown. Okay. For those of you who don't know, it's a school, an Ivy League school. I think it's in the Ivy League. It was weird because I lived in upstate New York for a bit, and this was like with right next to Union College and near Clarkson University, which I think were technically Ivy League schools, but no one knows about those ones. Um, Americans are killed and some are held hostage in Israel. Biden had a barbecue in the White House. Yeah. My Eskimo sister's dad was the president. You guys do Eskimo sisters? That's funny. Of course. Why wouldn't they? That's crazy. Yeah, but obviously, why wouldn't there be Eskimo sisters? Uh, what is it? Union College? I don't know. I remember like I used to skate in their ice rink, and like all the Ivy League schools were a part of their league or something like that. Jesus loves you. I know. I know. Is what it is, though. You guys are so weird. I kind of like it, though. Kind of like it. Eskimo sisters. That's funny. My ex works at Google. Yeah. You need to get an ex who works at Facebook and then Apple and then Netflix. And then you could have the Fang. Could have gone for the Fang. But yeah, ex works at Google. What do they do at Google? I have a beef with Google. Not really a beef, but I have some feelings about it, which I have some ideas like to unseat. Uh, it's a thing in San Diego. Is that what SD is? San Diego? Eskimo Sisters? Brand strategy? Oh, okay. All right. Google brand strategy. I don't know. I feel like Google sucks at brand. They really do. Just because they kill so many products. Because it's like, I feel like a lot of their products, they're so good. They just need to market them better before killing them. It's like, if it's not a billion users or $1 billion, it's not worth it for certain social accounts. Oh, okay. So they're like a handler for certain people at Google. You don't have to reveal too much. I'm not trying to get someone snitched out on Google, but it is interesting. Eskimo sisters. That's wild. So you know what? Yo, I think it'd be a pretty interesting study to like go around asking, because I was having a conversation about the birthday paradox, the number of people you have to ask before you find two who have the same birthday, and a 50% chance of finding two people with the same birthday. I think it'd be funny if you did that with like Eskimo relationships. It's just like you go to like a university campus and you're like, all right, I don't know how you would test it, but I think it'd be funny. Am I unbanned yet? Yeah, I can see your comments, so I think you're good. I'm tired of broken promises. My ex has my birthday. Ew. And that should have been the first sign that there was something wrong. You guys have the same birthday, which means you have the same zodiac sign, which means clearly you're not compatible because opposites attract or something. I don't know. One of my other Eskimo sisters was on Dance Moms, a main cast member. I don't know what that is. I'm assuming it's a show. Is it like Dancing with the Stars or something? We were so similar. Yeah, I think that's a problem. I have Harry. Okay. Good night, Dad. Having mommy smoky before bed. Okay. I might call it quits too in about 2 minutes. I'll have been here for over 2 hours, so I think I'm good. No Virgo and Virgo, so it worked. He was just Republican and into a lot, obsessed with Trump. I like Trump. Like, I think this might not be the place for you if you don't like Trump. People here, you don't have to like Trump to be here, but you definitely have to not like Biden. Come on. No, but you have to love Hunter Biden because Hunter Biden is our spirit animal. He's sort of our mascot here. So uh, he has swords and guns. Swords and guns are dope. What is wrong with you? I'm here then. Cool, Ashley. I love Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. Yeah, I love the Timberland she brought into the White House. I like that when Joe Biden has a stroke, we have her, the person who tried to lock up moms for truant kids. That's crazy. You know, it's funny seeing all these these remember like we had the whole 2020 protest, Black Lives Matter, all that. And then who do they elect as our vice president? California's former top cop. That's crazy. That's crazy. But it is what it is. And he slept with them by the bed when we would argue, trying to scare me. Does your head get cold? That's weird. What? Why is he afraid of you? I'm the top viewer. Awesome. Definitely. Well, I'll try to get you, Poohole, and Pink Taco Lover on Night Night Poohole. Pink Taco Lover says Night Night on Twitch. Does your head get cold? Sometimes, yeah. So I do have a beanie I wear sometimes. I chopped his pinky off. LMAO. How? Cap. How do you chop off somebody's pinky? What did you do? How? With his sword? Is that what you did? Or do you take some shears from the kitchen where you belong? No, I'm just fucking with you. With a knife. What you mean? You just grabbed the knife and chopped. Harry Balls is Poohole. Oh, okay, cool. No, we were in the kitchen arguing. What? Why are your arguments getting so violent? I don't understand. That's crazy. Oh man. That's Did you have anything cut off in the process? Or was it just him bleeding? Did he bleed? Does he even have blood? Liking girls' pictures on Instagrams when I just moved in. That's weird. I don't understand, fellas. Explain this to me. Why do you do that? Why do you give girls likes for no reason? Make them earn it. It makes no sense to me. Yes, I drove him to the ER. Jeez, how do you explain that though? I don't know. I want to believe this, but obviously the skepticism in me and my familiarity with social media kind of like makes me question everything I see. Are we going to talk after stream? No, I'll DM you about when we can get you on the pod. We'll see whenever you're available. I can record pretty much anytime. So we'll see when you're available. I'll try to get the poo guy on here too. Liking his ex pictures and girls he hangs out with. He says he was chopping veggies. LOL. He knew he messed up. No. What the fuck? Good for him. Like, who ended the relationship? Because, nah, dude, no. We don't use weapons in relationships. That is not a thing. That's not a thing I will ever accept. And nor any other guy should accept. Like, that's crazy. Did you guys break up right after? I feel like I swear to God, some guys just let girls get away with some bullshit. That's some crazy shit. What's male mindset on IG? I don't understand that either. Like, why they, if you're in a relationship, why are you liking another girl? Why do you even have other girls on your? I don't understand that at all. Like, if you look at the Instagram page for this Table Moms podcast, I'm following 5 people, and I think they're all people I know personally. Yeah, they're all people I know personally. And I think one of them is a girl, and I think it might be my fiance. I think it is, but I don't even know because like I don't follow people on Instagram. I don't see other people's shit. I don't care to. No, we went on another 2 years. We lived together. What the fuck? Yo, during COVID, so we couldn't even move. Oh my God. I feel sorry for him. I feel so sorry for him. But honestly, like, guys, do not put yourself in a position where, here's the thing. I'm not gonna lie. I made the mistake too. I didn't realize what a girl was capable of one time. And saw some wild shit. Nothing where I had anything chopped off. I can say that. But like, girls can be crazy, guys. Just be careful. I don't care how good it is. I don't care. Like, it's not worth it. And ladies, this is good advice for you too. I don't care how much he says he's going to change or whatever. No, that is unacceptable. Yeah, for him. Are you Bill Cosby? I'm not. You look like Justin Bieber? No, I don't. Damn, you roasting Rita? No, I don't know if I'm roasting her, but like, yeah, no, we don't do that here. Violence is not okay. Like, yeah, she knows she's crazy. You know you're crazy, right, Rita? You gotta know. You gotta know. This is not normal behavior. Like, no, I'm not gonna lie. Like, no, I'm not gonna even say it. But crazy guys, you know, the crazier they are, the more fun it can be. But I don't think it's worth losing appendages or digits because no, Rita knows how crazy she is. Rita has to know. Please tell me you know. Thank you, Nikki the Goat. Thank you for the compliment. But I'm not roasting her. No, you don't know how crazy you are. Is that the no you're saying too? You have to know how crazy you are. I'm immune to being cut off. What does that mean? What does that mean? Like, no, you just no. Stop cutting people's fingers off. I can't believe this is something I have to say. If this is true, obviously, I'm highly skeptical about the scenario, but I break up with men. I've never been dumped. That's the problem. You've been dating a lot of men who don't have standards. That's the problem. You'll find like when you end up, if you ever do, like this is sort of a choice you have to make. See, this is the thing. I think women, when they date, like you guys are making the selection. So if you've only ever been doing the dumping and you can get away with things like chopping off the tip of some dude's finger, you've been choosing men who are too desperate. And you'll find you might actually enjoy someone who actually has a spine, who's willing to stand up for themselves, who isn't going to take bullshit like being chopped, having their fingers chopped. No, they all have jobs. That is such a low bar. All these dudes have jobs. No, like if you tried it with any other dude in this chat here, no, they'd be like, get out. Like it's not even a hard decision. It's like it would not even. Here's the thing: you don't just go to chopping someone's finger off. Okay, there's stages to this shit. And so like he let it go, all the BS. You just need someone to put you in your place. You'll find a guy eventually and you'll be like, damn, how did I go so long without? And I think that's what you'll learn to appreciate. But I think requires some vulnerability, but that's up to you. That's your life. Damn, this is pretty long, 2 minutes. Yeah, I know. Like she gave me something to feed off of. So I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate it a little bit. He asked me to move in, then liked his ex's pictures. What are you saying? Yeah, like the guy, choose better dudes. It's not about how much money he makes. It's not about how much. See, that's the thing. If you're choosing, a lot of people in the tech world who are nerdy, like no, they don't have spine. That's the problem. So you value them based on their salary, not their character. That is what it is. Why would he ask me to move in with him? He's desperate to be with you. That's the problem. A lot of guys don't have standards for women at all, and it blows my mind. Here's the thing: a lot of men are willing to tolerate so much shit from women because they're just horny. It's crazy. It's crazy. Even like this, what if you're honest about what happened? His finger being chopped off. That is abuse. That's abuse. This is not up for debate here. Hey, Kimmy, how's it going? That's crazy, not gonna lie. That is crazy. Wow, you look like... I don't think that's crazy. My friend supported me. Your friend supported you? What, when you drove him to the ER or something? We brothers. Yeah, we're twins. He's also my dad. No, I've lived with 2 in serious relationships. We don't even do it that much. That's not abuse. That is it. What the fuck? Yo, what's going on here? He was calling me names and foul stuff, calling me crazy, telling me to get out of his house and scaring my cat. Yeah, and then what? He had his finger chopped off. Are you fucking kidding me? Yo, come on, Rita. Come on, Rita. It's okay. We like crazies over here, just at a distance, please. Rita on a whole other level says pink taco lover on. It's okay. You don't understand. I don't. But as soon as a knife is involved, I can't understand. Was he threatening your life? Is that what was happening? Because you haven't mentioned that, and I feel like that would have come up already if that was the case. This is a weird ass scenario. Not gonna like Pink Taco. Is I'm not gonna kick her out. Why? This is hilarious and interesting. Imagine moving in, then seeing him liking pictures, and then arguing. No, no, I get it. It's inappropriate. I'm not saying he's right. Like it's totally inappropriate. You shouldn't be liking another girl's pictures while you invited a girl to live with. What I don't know. A lot of I cannot explain his behavior here. Okay, and I'm not going to excuse it either. Completely wrong. Okay, but I don't think that justifies weapons. I don't know. What do you guys? I don't know. I don't like to make it a majority thing, so I'm not going to even ask you guys. Imagine moving in. Can you please say, Nicole, you are a Sigma? It's for my sister's birthday. Okay. That should be good enough. Nicole, you are a Sigma. He told me to get out and leave, was scaring my cat, so I couldn't grab her. I told him to back up and he didn't. This is the thing. This is a good lesson, fellas. Like, be very careful about. I've made this mistake too. I'm speaking from experience. When you have someone who can get wild and destructive, then here's the thing. From his perspective, I think he understood, or maybe he didn't, but this is something a lot of guys should understand, is that in a lot of jurisdictions, if police come over, he's the one who's going to be taken away by default. And so getting you out, I think, could have been a way to like avoid that. And I've been in a scenario like that before, and it blew my mind because it came out of the blue for me. So it's not like I had warning or anything. I told him to back up and he didn't. A lesson. Are you Kevin Samuels? I'm not Kevin Samuels. Please do not. No. I mean, he went to the hospital and we made up after. He shouldn't have made. He never hit me once. Yeah. So he was the peaceful one. At least if he's saying mean stuff, I mean, you can say verbal abuse, whatever, but like you brought physical harm is physical harm. Come on. We can at least be honest about that, Rita, right? Oh, try being a woman. Verbal stuff. It's like, okay, I get it. You guys are vulnerable, physically vulnerable, but in this scenario, you're the one who harmed. So, like, no, that does not get a pass here. Here's the thing. Any other streamer you tell this story to, especially if they're a woman, they would sympathize with you. Not here. There is a line. You do not bring weapons. You don't. Yo, TikTok chat is crazy, bro. It is fucking crazy. How do you make up after that? Better have been the best ever. I'm not saying it though. I'm not gonna say that, but honestly, that's what I'm thinking, bro. There had to be something she's bringing to the table if he's willing to forgive that. Like, that's crazy. And here's the fucked up thing. A lot of you guys are thinking it. And I wouldn't be surprised if you get a few DMs after this. Verbal stuff. Never liked the girl's pick again, though. I moved out of my place in with him. Do you understand? No, I get it. Yeah, he put you in this compromising position, whatever. You thought you trusted him. And then you move in with him, and then he's liking other girls' pictures. Yeah, no, it's not appropriate. I'm not giving him a pass. I'm just saying what you did was completely wrong. Completely wrong. But whatever. It is your life. Live it how you want. And hopefully you don't get into trouble. And hopefully we don't see him in the news one day being like, man, we tried to tell her, yo. We really tried. What would you have done instead? What if I were you? If I were you and I moved into someone and a girl was showing all this inappropriate things in the context of a relationship, I'd move out. I'd find another place to live. Here's the thing, like if you had just moved in, I guess if you signed a lease, that kind of makes it hard, but like if your lease, well, here's the thing, you could always do Airbnb for at least a month. You get huge discounts for that. I actually did that temporarily before I moved into my now apartment, but it's like your options aren't as limited as you think they might be. Now, if you signed a lease with him, that kind of puts you in a legal situation. But I've never had to deal with something like that. But you could always talk to the apartment complex or figure out like how are they going to legally enforce a lease that you signed. You know, maybe you forfeit your security deposit, but like, I mean, if you're working in tech or whatever, money shouldn't be a problem. You know, or honestly, I think a lot of people should be in financially fluid or liquid positions that there's no problem big enough they can't buy their way out of. So if you put yourself in a position like that, which is a place I've always been in. So let me catch up with these comments though. Packed my shit and left. Yeah, that's what I would have done too. I couldn't move my cat in. I'm in Cali. My family is home in PA. He had his own house and money. I wasn't paying anything. I didn't even have to work if I didn't want to. This inspired me to call him. Okay. Um okay, so you just wanted the economic advantage that came with living with him? Come on. Like, yeah, all right. So you decide to move in with this guy. He's liking pictures of other girls on Instagram. You don't like it. Then it gets into this whole situation where you guys are he's being verbally mean to you and then you take it to like fucking violence, whatever, and literally cause him physical harm that you have to go to the hospital. Like this, none of this is healthy, man. None of this is healthy. Cannot be good for either of you. Okay. Um, this inspired me to call him. I don't know if that's a good idea. Like, yeah, I know it's crazy, Pink Taco. Nah, no way she calling him now. Here's the funny thing: this guy's probably gonna take her back too, because she did the breaking up. Remember, she only breaks up with people she's never been broken up with. So, and if he's a dude, like, and he put himself in this situation, you're just gonna victimize him again. You probably are. A conversation on TikTok is not going to change your personality, Rita. Okay, it's not going to. Yeah, like no, like you're gonna call him, then you're gonna be like, "Oh man, I actually had a conversation with some people, and let me just play it out how it's going." And then like, I realized maybe I shouldn't have done this. Obviously, you're not gonna actually say I'm sorry because women have a really hard time apologizing a lot of the time. So you're not gonna say those words, but you're gonna dance around it like women tend to do. And then then you can be like, oh man, you're probably single right now, which is why you're considering it. And since you did the breaking up, he probably has some lingering feelings. Somehow this is going to become, hey, come over, let's hang out, let's talk about this. And then obviously then this whole thing starts up. And then you guys are all back to the same scenario again when some other shit happens. I don't think he was appropriate. He was fit for the relationship either if he's liking other girls' pictures after he just invited you to live with him. That's definitely he's a liability in terms of the relationship because he's given his he's thirsty for other girls, and then you're a liability in the relationship because you fucking kill him or some shit. I don't know. Like I don't know. It just none of this makes sense. I'm not trying to be Dr. Phil here, but goddamn. Oh well, she just went up. I don't know if it's just that, dude. Ain't no way. She just doesn't want to be alone. Ain't no way he still talks to her. They ain't no dude. Guys are desperate, bro. I bet you he answers that call on the fucking first ring. I bet you. Um, this inspired me to call him. No, we loved each other. You're spinning everything. I'm just saying, I could be wrong about all of it, but I'm just saying, like, this is like a good Netflix series for sure. Yo, how has social media affected you with your employer? I don't have an employer. Victimize him. He victimized me. He didn't hurt you. Just a hookup, nothing serious. He has a pool. Let me live. Okay. We still talk and text every 2 months, so it never stuck. And you're laughing. Yeah, I think it's hilarious because like you're just gonna live how you want. It's okay. Can you rate me 1 to 10? No, I don't do ratings here, but I'll let the guys rate you. Whatever the guys rate you, subtract 2 points, and that's what you are. Someone behind me. Oh shit, someone is behind me. Let's let's do that. It's like let's right there. That's perfect, right there. Hey, cutie. I want to rate too. Guys, these girls want ratings, so give them ratings in the chat, please. I don't do ratings. I don't do ratings. Is that your girlfriend? Fiance? I'm a 1-4. Oh, 1 through 4? Damn. Okay. If you say so. Oh my God, Stacy, you have school tomorrow. Go to bed. Who's Stacy? Are you single? No. She's 14. Eesh. What yeah, go to bed. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, go to bed. I agree, Rita. That's a good call. If they asking give them all a negative 100, I mean, yeah, why not? Do your packet. She's 14. Do your packet. I agree. That's weird. Yeah, this is an adult stream, by the way. I think if you are, it's weird. Every now and then, like young people will enter, and it's just, I don't know. I like that young people will see my face and be like, nah, you know. So that's good. Who is your favorite football team? I don't watch football. I find it incredibly boring. Sorry. If the girl needs a rating, it's going to be in the negatives. I don't think. Yeah. Here's the thing. Here, a thing I noticed about online dating: like, expect a 1 to 2 point drop when you meet her in person. Girls are really good at taking really good photos. And here's the thing: judging by their profile pics, always rate them at least 1 to 2 points lower because they never look as good in person ever. What I asked you who your favorite football team is, you can't give me a kiss your black man you need. I don't know what that means, Brooke, but okay. I like no, I don't even remember his name. He responded to my text already with an eye emoji. Jeez. Oh God. This guy's gonna get hurt again. We're seeing this witnessed in real. I swear to God, if the FBI comes and they're like, "Yo, I want to see your chat," like we have this like person who just got like stabbed, and we need. I was like, I didn't know nothing, bro. I didn't know nothing. I didn't do it. I told her not to. I warned her. I'm covered. What did I walk into? Yo, all right. So Curry Blending, you're a regular here, so I'm gonna give you some updates here. So Rita here chopped off her man's the tip of one her man's finger through some conflict, and she was telling us the history of this relationship or whatever, and we're all advising her, at least I am. It's like, do not contact him, leave him alone. And she somehow was inspired to call him again based on our conversations here and my honesty about who she was in this relationship. And so that's the summary, and now she just texted him back. So more relationship drama as they typically come in these streams. I might get lucky tonight. Thank you. If all this is true, by the way, always take everything online with a grain of salt. You know, tell Poohole he gets a 10 out of 10 for sure. Oh, and then a lot of these women want ratings, which I'm not going to give. But if you guys give ratings, feel free, whatever. Just be accurate with your ratings, fellas. Understand the profile picture looks better than they actually are. And then also understand 10 is perfect. Okay. So there are no 10s. Uncle Tom, straight feminine energy. Yo, mom, single. Okay. On God. What did I walk into? It's all good vibes. Oh my God. Are you African American? No. Well, yeah. I mean, no. I don't know. Sugar in your tank. Oh my God. He said he'll leave the gate open. I'm about to log off. All right. Let us know how it goes. Or, yeah, let us. You know what? I actually don't want to know how it goes. It's going to go well, at least the first few weeks, months, whatever. And then eventually he's going to do something that triggers you. And then it's going to inspire your rage. And then he's going to get hurt again. Like, the guy hasn't learned and you haven't learned. But whatever. He said he'll leave ratings. Yeah, people are asking for ratings now. Do as you're told, boy. Nope. They sewed it back and we put it in ice, drove to ER. Yeah, it's hard to believe, man. You're a 5 below Deion Sanders, but you look cute. But I know you love the okay. Jeez. It's already been all right. I'm gonna do a hard cutoff. at 2 hours and 45 minutes, which is 6 minutes from now. So that's my hard cutoff. Rita, how did you chop it off again? They were arguing because her dude was liking other girls' pictures on Instagram, and she had just moved in with him. Apparently, it's his house. He's well off, so that's probably the reason she's not going to have to pay rent or whatever. So it's a pretty big advantage for her. Let's not get it twisted. And then they get into this argument, and somehow her cat got involved, like scared or something. And at some point, she chopped the tip of his finger off. I don't know. With a knife. Yeah, with a knife. Right. What would you do? Yeah, what would you do, Carrie Blindy? Let's ask another woman what she would do if I would not move in with him. Yeah, I know. He told me to leave. I went to pack my cat, and he was He was stopping scaring her. Well, he wasn't doing that before. Okay. I don't know. I find this really hard to believe, but if it's real, wow. Thank you for sharing with us, Rita. I appreciate the honesty. That's the thing. Like, I can have my opinions about this scenario. I think you can also be honest about this. And I know you're probably going to have a lot of people in your life who are going to excuse what happened, but I don't think it's safe for either of you guys, mostly for him. If he's just like, what the fuck? The reflection in the TV. That's fine. You can see. You can still see the person behind you. That's fine. Whatever. I don't think he's my person. We just have a connection. Fair enough. Just promise all of us that you're not going to hurt him. Could you do that? At least you know that. Yeah. Good for you. At least you know that. So. Okay. 4 more minutes. I think, and then I'm gonna call it quits. But, man, I always promise to do these more regularly, but I don't know. And then Rita, all the stuff you said about content, I think is right, but there's certain things I just won't compromise on. And if we're not married by 35, we'll get married. He signed a contract. That contract is unenforceable. So, yeah, no. You want a backup plan? Not only did you chop his finger off, you want him as a backup plan? Oh, God. What are you doing to this guy? Where are you from? I'm from California. Notarized. It's unenforceable. Like, I listened to a podcast where a guy got his try to get his wife to sign a document that says basically terms of their marriage about how she won't gain a lot of weight, she'll stay fit and stay pretty for him, whatever. And it's unenforceable. There's no way. Let's link. I live in San Diego. I'm not in California anymore. I grew up in California, but I have met up with someone from a live stream before, but not in that kind of way. It was just friendly. But what? Come on, you just told us about how you chopped a guy's finger off. Why would we meet up? Like, come on. Why get married to him? He's not your person. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, here's the thing. Maybe women intuitively know that after 35, your chances of finding the dude is pretty much gone. Or I guess if you want a family, that might be the thing. But like, yeah, women can ignore the facts of their biology, but I think deep down they all know. Hey, have you ever seen a ghost in real life? Nope, I have not. The Golden Bachelor? Damn, there go my chances. What do you mean, the Golden Bachelor? There go your chances? What are you talking about? He has money. He makes like $39K a week after taxes. It's nice. At least you understand your priorities. But and I don't know if the money's. There's no way this Rita person is real. Yeah, I'm having a hard time believing it's real too. But it's entertaining as hell. Not gonna lie, it is entertaining. And that's the thing. Like, if I really wanted to like make this content stuff like really successful or whatever, I could just tell you guys whatever bullshit. But one of the rules I have with myself is like, I'm gonna be honest on social media. You're real? Okay. That's cool. We got to get you on the pod to like explain this whole story. And then Curry Blending, if you want to come on too. I think it's always nice when we have a woman on that we have another woman on, because otherwise it can just be like we're ganging up or something. I'm real. I'm 35, not married, nor do I have kids. Based off what you just said, I guess it won't happen. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard. Yeah, like I think all women know that. That's why even like the contract, you'll come on. All right, yeah, DM me please, because I can't message you right now, and I don't know if I'll be able to find you after. I get notifications all the time. Freeze your eggs. That's a sort of remedy to that, but it's just tough because like even the cost of that and the process and the struggle of I don't know, it's just tough. Which is why I think like it's not just that young men were lied to, young women were lied to too about like what is possible and that this idea that you can have everything. It's not true. And this is goes for guys too. Like for guys, the window is a lot wider, but even then, yeah, it's like $3,000 to $5,000. Yeah, I think that's per insemination too. So it's like if it doesn't take the first few times, it's costing you. And it'd be cool one day to like disrupt that industry. But I'm not in medicine yet. Maybe one day. Some insurances will cover it if medically needed. Yeah, but yeah, it's expensive. It's 45 now. Oh shit. Yeah, you're right. All right. Yeah, guys. I think I'm gonna call it quits. It's been fun. Thank you, Rita. DM me so I can get you on the pod. Pink Taco Lover. If you DM me, I'll try to get you on with the poo guy. And then Curried, it's nice seeing you here. I know it's been a minute. I'll try to do these more. You did message me. Cool. And I'm going to call it quits. This is a long 2 hours and 46 minutes. So, and yeah. All right. I got nothing. Anybody, you got any last messages or whatever? Shout out to Steph, Alaya, Brown Sugar for watching. See you, Rita. Stace, I hope. Please don't chop anybody's fingers off anymore, please. If that's a real thing. Pink Taco Lover, appreciate you. Always the trolling or just the honesty. Honesty. That's the stream. Honesty. All right. Peace out, guys. Bye. Let's end here first. Good night, Curried. Good night, Curried. And now. All right. When can I get a response? Let me check it right now. I could check message requests. Yes. All right. Yo, we'll get you on, bro. Exclamation marks. Cool. Now that I have you in my messages, I'll be able to schedule some time. Yeah, I got you. Just sent it. So I get to see you here now. Wait. Let's see. Where are they? Yep. Yeah, cool. Got you here. So we're good. Thank you. And anyone who is watching the replay on YouTube, I don't know why you watch it. If you do watch it, the metrics say there are people watching. It gets views somehow. But if you're watching, I appreciate you. You don't have to say anything. Just watching it is enough. And hopefully I'll understand the psychology behind it. But till then, see you guys next week or possibly sooner if I ever get around to streaming more often. But right now it is what it is. So bye. And see you, Pink Taco Lover. If Discord works better, I got that. Awesome. Yeah, we usually record through Discord anyway. So, and it's audio only, so you don't have to worry about a camera or whatever. And we can talk about certain things. We'll message about it, and we'll figure out a time that works for you. But yeah, and then yeah, well, I'll share the details later. But otherwise, good night. Good night, everyone. Good night. Bye. Bye.